good for bad, but the edibles are hidden, can't be bad. We're up late with From the 108, trying not to pass out, but it feels so great, Couch is calling, eyelids dropping, but the jokes keep flowing and the beers ain't stopping. We're up late with From the 108, trying not to pass out, but it feels so great. Couch is calling, eyelids dropping, but the jokes keep flowing and the beers ain't stopping. We're up late with From the 108, trying not to pass out, but it feels so great, Couch is calling, eyelids dropping, but the jokes keep flowing and the beers ain't stopping.
You don't want anybody else from your side in the shot?
No. I mean,
Jacob, you're not getting in there?
this man is far too handsome to be next to those guys.
no, come on,
It'll be a problem for us. But we're here with Mike Vassell. Mike, great to see you. How's rehab going?
It's going well. It's going well. I'll be 3 months out on this upcoming Wednesday. So elbow's feeling good. Obviously, the main goal of this year is to get back to playing. But it's been fun.
Now, I see you got the wand with you.
I've got it. I was told.
Now, I think
I've
the
got it.
fans
Got
love
it.
the wand.
Yes.
They love the wand.
Yeah.
I want to know, though, who in that dugout is annoyed by the wand? And does it make you use it on them more?
I do ponder if guys are sick and tired of getting smacked with a wand. But if I just say the guy that gives me the least recognition with the wand is probably Tristan Peters until I tell him he needs a special spell. And then I did that once and he had a double in Minnesota, so now he's a believer. So it's good. Yeah, it works out.
So other than Tristan, who's the most surprising player on this team for you?
That enjoys the wand?
Enjoys the wand, of course. I figure everybody else does.
Antonacci likes the wand a lot.
Okay.
He does. Well, obviously, Mooney's he loves it. Yeah, I think everyone enjoys it. Yeah.
Now, Davis Martin is having an incredible year.
Yeah.
Are all the pitchers now trying to add 3 to 4 pitches to their repertoire?
Those guys, the starters love to, talk smack to each other, but what Davis is doing is incredible. He's obviously a stud, a great teammate, and just an amazing human being. So, but I think it's great, obviously, because one, we're winning because he's so good. But at the same time, I think that starters are feeding off of each other, and they all like to compete amongst themselves.
Now, with you spending so much time in the dugout,
Yeah.
who's the craziest person in the bullpen now?
Ooh, craziest person in the bullpen. Grant Taylor's got a sneaky, very funny personality. Like, I'll catch him dancing sometimes, and probably GT.
Oh wow, okay,
Yeah.
that's a surprising one.
Yeah.
He seems so intense.
He's really a teddy bear that throws 100. But yeah.
All right, I know we only got a few minutes with you here, so I got one last question
Yeah.
for you. You live with Chase Mydrow.
I do.
Who has the better wardrobe?
Well, here's the thing about Chase. I don't know the last time he's done laundry, so he's got good clothes, but I'm not making this up. I've never seen him use the laundry, and it's slightly concerning. I don't know if he owns underwear, so I usually stay out of his room, but he's got good clothes. I'll give it to him. But, it's Chase. He's Cali cool, likes to, who knows me does laundry, so, yeah.
Mike, thanks so much, man.
Yeah,
I
of course,
appreciate
of
your
course.
time.
Yeah.
What was the biggest logistical nightmare of all of them?
The hot dog.
Man, no hesitation.
You guys have no idea. It was like a multi-day thing. So we had to get the 50-foot hot dog brought in by Vienna, which kudos to them for being able to make it. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, right.
And the I'm blanking on the name of the bun company, so I apologize, but it was a different company that made the bun. So they had to they were brought in on separate days. The hot dog was in here. We had to like lay it out on. We had like 8 tables that spread across the length of the lining lodge here. We had to figure out how to put the hot dog on the bun. You had to dry the hot dog because it was very moist.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was a funny thing. You had to like, dry a 50-foot hot dog.
Paper towels or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we had like 10 people. We lifted it up all at once, put it on the bun. And then we had to like build like this custom thing, like transportation mechanism. And to get it to, because we paraded it around the ballpark.
Yeah.
And so we
Marvels of engineering.
we
For a
really,
50-foot hot dog.
We had to call in like our
50 feet of nitrates. There we go.
Carpenter, and have them like drill some holes in this contraption that we made.
Bob Vila's out there fixing it.
And it was.
Bob Vila still alive? I don't know.
I mean, I almost got like cut my hand. Like my hand was ripped open because it was just this metal.
Oh my
this metal
gosh.
sheet.
It's ridiculous.
So we had to like back it out of the lining lodge and then back it through the tunnel, out the elephant gates, around, and it was. I mean, I think we all probably lost like 5 pounds of sweat from doing.
Realistic to think that they might try and institute a salary cap and go hardline on that.
Yeah, I mean, if they do, there's not going to be baseball in 2027. A salary cap just changes everything in the sport. And there are some people out there, not on the Major League Baseball side, on the player side, who will argue that the way that baseball's economics works right now, a salary cap would actually change things for the better. Now, I don't know if I personally agree with that like the idea of instituting something that's going to put limitations on a market, it's not great for the players. And I wouldn't blame them one bit for vehemently opposing it, because it's like the deal that you get when the cap is instituted might look favorable, but it's only going to get worse over time. The owners are not going to sit there and say, hey, you know what, guys? We're going to give you a bigger chunk of the money.
It's like an adrenaline jump. Something changed. So that's what it was, right? So I was deathly afraid of heights. Never wanted to get up there. And the only reason why I even went up there, you all saw it, because I was dared, right?
Yeah.
And you're dared on live TV.
You double dog dare, you have to. Yeah, there's no
Gotta
question.
do it. So when you get up there and you realize you can't get out of it, all of a sudden you just kind of let go. And then I started to enjoy the experience. I'm like, is this why people like doing crazy things?
Yes.
And then I'm out there, I'm hanging on the edge, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is actually kind of fun. And now when we go to different cities, I'm trying to think of what other craziness I could push the limits with.
Number is on the bottom of your screen. If you want to send me a text message, there's another high one there coming through. Oh yes. somebody said they won't be obscene. I went, oh right, sure.
Lightweight, we've got you covered. The reason it's this lightweight, the reason it stays this nice and cool, this doesn't get hot. Oh gosh, I dropped one. Oh, that's my fault. Sorry.
We'll find out how sturdy it is.
Yeah, in a minute. We'll prove it in a sec. Sorry, guys. I lost one.
Chris is over there kind of giving us a look at how to use the ladder there. I got to tell you something. I have this ladder. It is awesome.
Oh, now
And everybody wants this ladder. I live in an apartment with vaulted ceilings. Uh-oh. Okay, we're going to make sure that Chris is okay. And that has never happened.
Hey, what? Chicken in the morning. What? Just right. Oh my God. Are you alright?
Now, do you love my plump and thick?
I keep like 8 cans at a time.
Oh, girl, let me give you a kiss. That is good. No, that one's got it. Whoa! I fell on my booty. 1101, 1816 is the item number on this one. And the nice thing about these practice katanas, oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt big time. A piece of that the tip just got me, Odell. Oh, that got me good. You all right? A piece of that tip just got me. Oh,
Folks, right now, we may need emergency surgery in the studio.
Oh, there we go.
That's okay.
This is the way to work up a sweat right here.
That's right.
And really, out here before the show, you know, I'm playing the Wii, and it's one of those things where I have to go back into makeup and say, hey, can you touch me up? I mean, holy cow. You know, really, it gets you moving. That's the great thing about the Wii. So you can see right here, I'm getting ready to serve. All I do is throw that ball up in the air, and when oh, jeez. And there goes the tennis racket. I didn't have it on there all the way. Make sure that you're...
Digital video is the #1 quality, and you can say goodbye.
When you blend it on, the balls burst onto your face, and you get that beautiful, healthy, fresh dose of color every single time. So, this is what you do. You take it, you put a little on your finger, yes. You smush it. You can feel the balls inside. Yes. And then, when you press it on, there go the balls. They're bursting, and you're getting that beautiful... What's wrong with everybody? I don't understand what the problem is here, people. Okay.
And you can see why it makes everybody,
Gorgeous.
even Jackie, who's not an attractive woman, looks so good in this. Look how good you look in this, Jackie. You could be a model.
133 classes of pieces of glass. You've got over 40. Oh, we just blew a bulb. Okay, we just blew a bulb.
Whoops.
I don't know how that happened.
At this behemoth over here, this is going to give the same viewable area as your notebook computer. This lightweight, powerful notebook computer gives you the same viewable area, yet razor-thin design. So you don't... Whoa. That doesn't happen every day here at Shop at Home, I assure you.
One touch, purify.
Right,
Done.
Joey? You've got
What's
your
it?
different settings on this, which is great.
You have small, medium, and large.
It's real easy. And see, that's the thing. It's easy.
Oh, I should have left that screwed in there.
Well, that's more calories. And that's I think the best feature on a treadmill is that it offers you that low-impact form of exercise.
Where'd that come from?
Oh, my gosh.
Well, thanks, Josh. There went my IFB. Well, there's our gift with purchase. Maybe
guide is done in plastic. I'll tell you why. Once you have used this angle guide 2 or 3 times, you're going to be chopped.
And they would describe this as original oils. And you can see it just fell off the wall.
DVD recording and the exclusive price, that's worth celebrating. Here's the big exclamation point. Your shop spot is on the way. Shoot me!
I love that. But I have to tell you, girls, seriously, I mean this. If you don't pick this up, I'll kill you. I'm telling you, if you don't pick this up, you honestly, I mean it. If you
Chuck, we know you only got about a minute left, so I want to give you some rapid fire and then get you out of here. So these are pretty Chicago-based. All right, so this is a favorite mascot, Ribby and Rhubarb, or Southpaw?
All right. That's a tougher question than you
Rapid fire.
I know. There's nuance to this. I grew up with Ribby and Rhubarb. I'll go Southpaw because
you're going to see him.
Yeah.
Yes.
I get it.
Second baseman, Scotty Fletcher or Gordon Beckham?
Oof, that's Brooks' dad.
Yep.
That's Brooks' brother-in-law. You guys spent a lot of time on this. I'm going with Gordon Beckham because, you know, he's my people. I like Gordon. I mean, I've known Gordon a long time. I'm going
great
Gordon.
hair too. He's a good guy.
All right, fist fight: Mike Ditka or Pope Bob?
Like who wins it?
Who wins the fist fight? Yeah.
Current Mike Ditka?
Well, I mean, you could take it.
He's trying to find an angle on this one, Teresa. He's trying to angle you out of this.
I'll go with the coach. I'm going with the coach.
That's a good call. Better fake ID: McLovin or Chuck Trilock?
Oh, Chuck Trilock all the time. Still in my wallet.
That's awesome.
Favorite non-Jordan Bulls player of the 90s?
Favorite non-Jordan player?
Bulls player of the 90s.
Yeah. I can go deep on this, but I'm going to go Craig Hodges.
I love it.
it. 3 points.
Good
yeah.
pull.
Yes.
Good
Oh,
pull.
yeah.
And one last one. Favorite Hawkism.
Man.
I'll go with what he's going to put on his tombstone. He gone.
Okay.
I use that all the time. He gone. He gone. Someone's walking down the street. Oh, he gone.
One of the most popular and convenient foods in the world is the American hot dog. Lately, consumers have heard some strange things about how hot dogs are made and what goes into them. If you're concerned, take a look at the labels on well-made wieners. You'll find that a good hot dog is a particularly wholesome food. Pork, beef, seasoning, a little water and cure. Now look at the new label on this package of wieners. Only 140 calories in each wiener, yet it has 5 grams of protein. That's as much as an egg. The nutritional value, 10% of an adult's protein needs. Then look for the freshness date. And of course the federal inspection stamp, the name and address of the manufacturer in case you want more information or recipes. Manufacturers believe that consumers have a right to know the truth about their hot dogs. And the truth is that wieners are convenient and nutritious, as well as good tasting.
You know the LA Beast too, right? You
Oh,
know,
yeah, yeah.
So like we always joke that My Sock Summer looks like his like his dumber brother, but like
LA Feast we call him, right?
We call him LA Feast. But like
LA Yeast.
Exactly.
On our 5th anniversary show, we paid LA Beast to do like a cameo for us, just to say just to do like a congratulations. He sent us an 18-minute video.
Oh my god!
And within it, he told us a story that he was like drunk, and he was with Joey Chestnut.
Oh, I was there.
Was this the butter thing?
Story?
Yeah,
Oh,
please tell it. Yeah.
Okay, you can confirm this then.
Yeah, that happened. Yeah. Yeah, I think they both were extremely intoxicated. We had to go to like 3 different 7-Elevens to get the butter, and then they did it out in front. And Matt Stoney was also there filming. Like, I think he was probably underage, and it didn't go well. It didn't go well for either of them. I remember them both being violently ill after. So yeah, it's totally true and like hilarious. I kind of forgot about that.
2012, I challenged Joey Chestnut. I was like, if I could eat more food than Joey Chestnut, I could probably eat more sticks of butter. And on a drunken night in his hometown of San Jose, California, he was like talking to somebody else. I'm like, hey, Joey, I can fucking beat you at eating more sticks of butter. And he stopped what he was doing and like whipped his head around right in my face. And he's like, what the fuck did you say? And I was like, I could eat more butter than you can. And he's like, you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? And he's like, do you know what it takes to be me? And then he's like, I can't fucking lose. I won't lose. Like, and I'm like, fuck. And then, like we bought 2 pounds of butter. I had the second stick of butter in my mouth, and he had the last stick of butter, and he's like, you're the LA bitch.
And to add on that, Chirizi, I agree. We had TJ McFarland, who's a real MLB reliever, on. He said one of the funniest stories about Greinke ever. You know, it was like he said that Greinke was a nice guy, brought him, put him on private planes and take him golfing. But TJ had a bat one time, and he got up there and he just like was just embarrassed, right? Like pitchers don't bat, especially and then relievers never do it. And he came back and he asked Greinke if it was bad, and Greinke was like, it was even worse than you think it was. Like, it wasn't even bad. It was even worse than you think how bad it was.
All right, so these guys need no introduction. Steve Stone, John Striffen. Great to talk to you guys. First question for you, Steve. The other night Tuesday night you do the broadcast with Bob Costas. Yep. Braden Montgomery's first game, the walk-off. And there's a video shot of you throwing your hands in the air.
Yep.
How does baseball still do this to you? The joy, the excitement of a walk-off. How does it still bring that much passion?
Well, first of all,
in 57 years, I haven't lost my passion, but that was a game that was so dramatic because here we were doing a retrospective of the 80s and content to Bob, sometimes doing play-by-play, sometimes me, whatever the case may be. But all of a sudden, a really great ball game is breaking out right when we're doing all these things. So when you factor in that this was a rookie debut and he hits a game-winning walk-off home run, it was just amazing. It's only been the 5th time in baseball history. And if you can't get excited then, it's time to hang up your microphone and go home.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. John, we've been talking about it on our podcast, just all the rookie debuts. I think we're at a dozen rookie debuts right now. How is it getting kind of a new player almost every week and learning about their story and journey to get in the major leagues? And then a lot of these guys just producing kind of right away, unexpectedly kind of being good players at this level.
I think what's fun is that the front office is doing it at the right time, right? I think the biggest one was Riku Nishida. He was not on any top prospect list, and I'm trying to do my homework on him, and I can't find much on him at all. But we come off of a tough West Coast trip. We get in late at night, and then you have a 1 o'clock start the next day. So the front office is super smart. They bring in this guy who's just a ball of energy, and he just injects life into the clubhouse, and everyone's just feeling good, and you get this fresh start. And they found a way for whenever the team just needs a little injection, they find the right guy to bring up. And I think something Steve and I have talked about a lot is just the chemistry on this team and where they've been able to find these guys. And no matter who they place in, it seems to just continue to roll on. And I think that's been the most impressive thing about this team this year.
We talked to you in the offseason. We had an event. John was at our like an after party for Sox Fest. And we asked, like, who did you think is going to be here in the clubhouse? And I know Scott Merkin said Davis Martin. And, like, who has emerged now as the leader in that clubhouse? From our perspective, from my perspective, I think, like, Mune has really brought, like, a really good vibe to all these players. Am I just making that up? Or is it
no doubt,
like, really got them going?
No doubt. But I don't know that there is a guy. And I think that's what makes this team so unique. We were literally talking in the booth last night in between the game, and we were saying, from Steve's perspective, because he's seen obviously way more baseball than I have, that he's never seen a team with this kind of chemistry, and it's not a guy who's doing it.
So I think Vargas would be one of the guys that is in a leadership role. He doesn't do it vociferously, but he does get on guys when they need to be gotten on. But I think if you got the Oakland Athletics of 72, 3-4, they won 3 World Series in a row. They were notorious for having raucous clubhouse adventures like Billy North beating the snot out of Reggie Jackson. They did things like that on a daily basis. That was a dysfunctional clubhouse. However, they were so talented that it didn't matter. They just went out and dominated everybody. But the Sox are a different group, and you probably couldn't have done what Will and his staff has done with an older team. This is a very young team. You can mold them into what you want them to be. You lay down a culture in spring training. You don't accept anything less than full-out hustle. You teach everybody but a couple of sluggers to bunt. And all of a sudden, you got yourself a group that doesn't believe that they should lose. And that's one of the reasons why they're doing as well as they are.
I'm glad you brought up Will Venable because it's been noticeable to us, people who sit in our seats every game or watching every game on TV. It's cleaner baseball than it was in the last group. It's much cleaner. They're better on defense, but not great on defense. But it just looks like baseball out there. Is a lot of that attributable to just Will and his staff cleaning things up, or personnel, or what do you think there, Steve?
There's 2 guys principally responsible, and then the people under them. First is Chris Getz, because he is one of the guys that brought in Will Venable. And then it's Will and his staff, because they're the ones with this young team to be able to mold them into what they want White Sox baseball to look like. And that is full-out hustle all the time, move the runner over, do things right, and good things will happen if, in fact, you do things right. That's the culture that they laid down in spring training because they had the personnel that they could mold into that. It's a very young team, and this team is just getting better.
And it's funny because when there's a mistake that happens, you'll see they go back into the dugout, and there'll be one of the coaches who will pull them aside, and they'll make the correction. But if it's an obvious mistake, they don't crush these young guys. And I think that's the big difference. Think about last year. Remember that play where Mydroff had the pop off the head and doinked on top of his head?
Of course.
Nobody needed to say anything. And Mydroff, to his credit, came back the very next game. And it was like nothing ever happened. And that's the mentality that these young guys have. Yeah, they're going to veer off the courts at some point, and that's why you need the coaching to still develop them. But there's this mindset that they have that there's sometimes you don't even need to say things to these guys.
Yeah. You've been at the lowest, John. Your first year was the lowest it could ever be. This is got to
Let's bring us all the way back. Thanks. Love that.
And then last year, second half of last year, which is, like the refrain, like you could feel everything start shifting. You could feel it start changing. These guys played through the whistle, and they never gave up. This year, you got all these things just hitting right all at the same time. How happy are you?
No, I mean, it's just so much fun. And I think my first year I came in here, and I was just full of excitement because I was calling Major League Baseball games. I'm working with Steve Stone. I'm in the booth. I'm going to a Major League Baseball stadium every single day. And so I'm finding,
living in a great neighborhood.
There you go, right?
That was awesome.
Yeah. Even last year, there were moments last year where you could see, okay, there's something here. Think of the Dodgers game, because I'm doing work for Sean Burke, his start tonight, right? Sean Burke in that game was going against Clayton Kershaw. There was so much hype. It was the biggest game in baseball. Fans were out there 3 hours before first pitch. And to Sean Burke's credit, he said, no, I'm going to steal the show, and I'm going to make this about me. And he shut down the Dodgers.
Awesome.
Now, didn't win that game, right? Dodgers came back, and they won, walked it off. But you could see the mentality starting to form that we don't care who we're playing. Yeah. We want to show people what we can do. So I think it's fun to see where they came from to now these young guys are getting built up and the confidence starting to grow. And now the city is really starting to get behind them.
Oh, yeah. People are excited.
Absolutely. Steve, you brought up Chris Getz in a previous answer. And back when Chris Getz was hired, many in the fan base, they mocked the chairman, saying when he said that Chris Getz was going to be the hire because he thought he was similar to other hires he could make, but he could turn this around faster than anyone else. And sure enough, he has turned it around faster than I think anyone has ever thought. Are we as fans vastly underrating the talent of Chris Getz as a GM?
Of course. That's what fans do. Because if Chris Getz pulls off a great trade, and by the way, that Crochet deal might turn out to be one of the best trades that the Sox ever made, but then he's a hero. Then you make another deal, and then he's a bum. And then he's a hero here, and he's a bum here. Somewhere in between is the reality. But don't forget, it was Chris Getz who brought in Will Venable, who is shaping this group into what he would like them to be. And because we talk about the youth across the board, we also need to talk about the depth of the farm system. That's another thing that responsible for before he became a general manager. So he had paid his dues. He had been through a lot in the front office before he got this job. Jerry will tell you flat out, as he did tell me yesterday, that he took a lot of heat when he named Chris Getz. But it's worked out exceptionally well because I think Chris, as a former player, I think the best instructors, the best analysts, the best knowers of your organization are guys who are adequate players, not stars. Chris was a guy that filled the gap as an adequate player. Made the major leagues, good enough to do that. Had some high moments, good enough to do that, but not going to make the Hall of Fame. That's as a player. But as a GM, if things keep going the way they are, and this organization keeps spitting out young talent, you'd have to say that eventually he's going to get the kudos, and I believe he probably gets, at this point, were you to vote today, he would be the executive of the year.
Oh, man.
If you would vote today, Will Venable will be the manager of the year, and there'll be other accolades for guys.
Can we talk about Munetaka Murakami?
Yeah.
No, think about it. Every team passed on him, but the White Sox had the only team that wanted to take the chance and put that offer out there and believed in what he could do because of the position that the White Sox were in.
Yep.
And that's Chris Getz. That's their scouting department. They believed that when other people saw holes, they saw it as an opportunity for the White Sox.
Yeah, absolutely. John, we were mentioning all these players kind of playing well together. How many All-Stars are on this squad right now?
Ooh.
Steve's is 3.
James Martin, right?
Yeah. James Martin's in there.
Miguel Vargas.
And if they're smart, don't know if they are or not, Taylor makes that team. And the reason is that each league wants to win that game. It's one of the few exhibition games where there's really a contest. The All-Star game. They're going to need relievers. And not only closers because Grant can do that, but they're going to need relievers who can get you one out, get you some strikeouts, and help you win the ball game. Grant Taylor's that guy. He's been unbelievable this year.
Murakami, when he was healthy, he would have been the 4th.
Yeah.
And when you look at the numbers, I mean, I don't think he's going to make it because I think we have a lot of talented guys. But my Dross year has been outstanding. You look at his numbers with second baseman in the major leagues, and you realize this guy was part of the Crochet trade, and he's playing lights out. He's playing better than most every second baseman in baseball.
We were looking at the numbers the other day in the AL, and he's first or second in a lot of the counting stats at second base. It's amazing.
Another guy you can make a case for, which is wild, Tristan Peters. Yeah. You can make a case for him, right?
I don't know where
there's a case you can make. A guy hitting almost 300 defensively. He can cover both gaps. What he's done for this team.
Yeah.
He puts pressure on the defense.
We were talking about like unconventional ways for like pitchers on the last podcast. Is that like Chris Sale starting in a relief role and pitching that much, and then it would, whatever. But Tristan Peters being able to go and play with the Savannah Bananas and now leading an outfield on a first place team, like it's just got to show people like you can't just give up. Like continue to grind and continue to do that. And then he got his shot and he's shooting it.
I mean, think about how many guys went the junior college route who weren't highly recruited guys out of high school. Sam Antonacci was one of those guys.
Right.
Tristan Peters, one of those guys who went junior college because they just believed in themselves and had to prove to everybody that they had the skills. And then eventually, once you get an opportunity, it's what you do with that opportunity.
Yeah. Steve, we've been fascinated with Davis Martin, especially watching him since 2022. He came up and helped that team that was trying to contention. He had the injury. He always kind of penciled in for me as like a fourth starter guy. And then this year, it's total kitchen sink approach. He throws 6 pitches at least 10% of the time. Is this old school pitching kind of being manufactured here, where it's not as much the velocity of the things that we see a lot today?
Well, they talk about 6 pitches, which he can throw interchangeably, which is really good. 3 of them happen to be sliders. You can call them anything you want to, but they're sliders. So with Davis, it all came down to the kick change and the refinement of that, and it started really last year because he discovered it in the offseason. How he brought it into spring training. He started to throw it. Now he's throwing it well. And the big thing for a right-hand pitcher, you have to find a neutralize left-hand hitters. We start 7 left-hand hitters against every right-handed starter. We're proven to be pretty tough to beat because of that. And Davis needed a weapon for left-handers. That kick change is the weapon, and it's given him supreme confidence that he can use all of his other pitches and get people out.
Yeah.
It's impressive to watch, really is.
John and Steve, thank you very much. We got the high sign. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
John, it's good to see you as always.
Can you just describe how you came up with this shirt design?
I mean, this is just us sitting behind the foul pole.
Yeah.
And that classic view is something that we tweet all the time. Zone in real tight on the foul pole. Like, that's our vision of it. We can't see anything, just that foul pole, and tweet it out there. It's caught on the internet, so I was glad that they decided to use that.
You use my little
and your little design here.
My little guy. Yeah,
love it.
Take care.
Thanks for having us on.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
It's a very easy situation to operate. You just push the buttons in right here on the 2 sides. There are 2 little buttons, and all you do is push them in, and that will release it. And right here, push the button in, that releases it, and then after you let go, it locks firmly in place. So really, you're all set. And this is tough.
It is.
Listen, give you an example. Say you have you have to get up on the wall, high ceiling, vault the ceiling. Hey, listen, just walk right up. And I tell you, it's very safe, it's durable, and it's lightweight.
You're scaring me.
So really, see, now it's locked in place, okay? So really, you say,
Oh, God, Harold, are you okay?
actually, I didn't have it locked. You have to lock it. Once you lock it, you're okay. But it is very safe to operate. So, continue to call for it.
All righty. Well, Harold, I hope you're okay. What?
See, now it's locked in place, okay? So really, you say,
Oh, God, Harold, are you okay?
actually, I didn't have it locked. You have to lock it. Once you lock it, you're okay.
Crazy. What do you got?
So my idea was, there's one thing that I always feel is devoid in the trades in MLB is, unlike other sports, you can't trade draft picks. And I would love to see that in MLB, but we do it where we put the draft lottery right at the front of the winter meetings, and then only for the duration of the winter meetings can you trade draft picks to up the amount of trades that happen during the winter meetings.
I don't ever say like an unequivocal yes to something the first time I hear it, and I'm not going to do it here because because I'm not smart enough. Seriously, I'm not smart enough to understand the unintended consequences and what could happen because of this. But just as an idea, I'm 100% on board with it. That's awesome. Like a limited, I just think limited amounts of times to do things forces action.
And we're here with Gene Watson, Director of Player Personnel for the White Sox. Gene, you've been at 100 different organizations over your career. You know, give us a little bit of the story of you coming up in baseball, because we see all the different teams you've worked with, all the different positions you've been in. You know, give us a little bit of that background.
It's kind of unique. I was a player at the University of Texas at Arlington in 1989, and one of my teammates come up to me after a game one day, and he goes, "Hey, what are you doing tonight?" And I'm like, "Nothing." He goes, "You want to go pull the tarp for the Texas Rangers?" And I'm like, "What?" $35 a game. So as I'm going to school and playing, I start working on the tarp crew, and the summer came, and they said, "Hey, you want to work on the grounds crew?" And I'm like, "Heck yeah." I tell Roger all the time, if he ever needs anybody, let me know. And then when I got done playing, the day after I got done playing, they called and said, "Hey, you want to work in the clubhouse?" And so I was a clubby for 3 years, big years. I mean, Nolan Ryan, I was Nolan Ryan's driver. Wow. Goose Gossage and Bobby Valentine was our manager. And then when the team would go on the road, I'd work in the ticket office. And so, you know, I'd answer the switchboard. So when I see the ladies in the stadium answer, I'll ask them, "Hey, what kind of calls we got?" So really, and then moved home and started as an associate scout for the Houston Astros in 1993. And in 1996, the San Diego Padres called and offered me a full-time pro scouting position when, you know, there were no pro departments. And so I went from San Diego to Atlanta to Miami, won a World Series in Miami, Kansas City, went little blip on the radar to the Angels in 2021. And when Chris got the job here, I was excited to come and pull the rope, and it's been so much fun.
Man.
Gene, when you came over in 2023, what were some of the biggest changes you had to make to the professional scouting side of the White Sox organization? Because you're asked to come in, kind of take over that role. What were the big changes you made?
Well, the biggest one was empowering our staff. I think that if you're going to hold people accountable in leadership, you have to empower them. And it's hard. You know, there's a lot of skepticism when you're a new guy coming into organization and you're telling guys how much you value them, how much you care about them, you know, really, really diving into what they think about things. But I don't know how you could hold people accountable if you don't give them a voice. And so that was the big thing, was earning the trust within the staff and letting them know that, you know, it's their vision of the player, their voice in helping us build a world championship organization that mattered the most. And we have a tremendous group. I've got 7 scouts, and they are some of the, first of all, greatest human beings in the world, but they work tirelessly, and they absolutely love the Chicago White Sox.
That's incredible. Well, you mentioned Getz bringing you over. You have a long relationship with Chris Getz, even trading for him as a player back in the day. When you saw him coming up as a front office professional, what attributes you think he had that would see him rise so quickly to be a GM at 40 years old? Which
tremendous listener, and really very calm in his approach to make a decision. You know, I'm moving light speed to the way he's thinking and moving and working, and you know, we have a tremendous relationship. You know, when he was with us in Kansas City as a player, we were always, you know, talking baseball, and you knew then that the sky was the limit. And, you know, in 2015, we actually talked about, you know, bringing him back to be a pinch runner for the playoffs. He gives me a hard time because, I'll tell you a story. He gives me a hard time because when he went to work for us in the office in Kansas City, he went in and looked at his reports and he wanted to do something. Yeah. So I come in one day and he won't talk to me. He goes, 40 runs? Seriously? No, with that average runner, are you serious right now? And so every time I'm with another scout and I'll go, "Hey, what do you got on the run grade at Getsy?" And they'll go, "Oh, 60, 70," and he'll just look at me and roll his eyes. He's just so calm in his presence. He lists, everybody has a voice. And I just love working for him every day.
Seems like he's great at uniting the group, great at being an administrator and letting people do their jobs. That's the kind of the feedback we've gotten from people over time.
100%. And it's, you know, it's unique. And I mean, this is, I'm going to say what it's unique in an organization when scouting, R&D, sports science, player development, international, the amateur department, like everybody's in lockstep and aligned, and we know what the goal is. And we have a very special thing going on right here. I know It's not transmitting and the wins and losses on the field. But I would just urge our fans, just be patient. I've seen this. Been to 4 World Series. 1-2, lost 2. The 2 we lost, we could have won. The 2 we won, we could have lost, and we could have won all 4, lost all 4.
Yeah,
that's the margin of error in winning in October. But just know that every day we're constantly communicating together, working lockstep, and it's a very special place to be right now.
I think that is translating onto the field right now. I think the fans are seeing the relationship that's like the difference between last year to this year. Like the team seems to be gelling more. What's like one attribute for a player besides hitting and all that stuff that you guys focus on to see if they're going to fit into that clubhouse for next year?
Yeah, that's ever flowing. I mean, like when we traded Garrett Crochet to the Red Sox, like one of the things that was important was the makeup of the player. And if you look at Kyle Till, Kyle Till walks out to me in spring training. It's a real cool morning, and he's got a beanie on and his batting gloves on. And he goes, "Smells like October." That's what you're looking for behind the plate. Braden Montgomery, who you guys haven't gotten to know yet, just a tremendous human being, great makeup, tireless worker. And I tell everybody he's going to do a lot better off the field than he is on the field because he's a good-looking guy, really smart. I mean, he's something. And my draw for him, he's a gamer. He's the ultimate gamer. And I think what's really great is how Will and his staff have told these guys, this is your clubhouse. You have to hold it accountable. And when you look at, you Colson and Mydroth and Teal and Cuero, the young core, knowing that they're the ones that are going to have to hold the clubhouse accountable. And now you look at what they had to go through in 2025. Like, look around the major leagues of young players that were killing it in the minor leagues. That got to the big leagues and struggled.
Right.
And so there's no guarantee. We can think they're ready. We don't know till they get here. But just the managing of getting to the ballpark, getting comfortable. Where am I eating? Where am I living? Hey, my friends are asking for 15 tickets tonight. I got to go do this appearance.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It is
It's a lot for a major league player. And so for them to get comfortable together, for Will to set the expectation in the clubhouse, you guys are accountable to each other. Now we go to Glendale this March. Now they come back next April. There are no surprises.
Yeah.
They know what to expect. And that's really where you see the gradual jump in performance, and we're looking forward to it.
That's awesome. When you look at guys that young, and in the previous regime, we saw a lot of guys get anointed a position, and that guy was that guy for as long as, and we know he's going to get better. And as you noted, like the transition from the minors to the majors is difficult. The transition from being good in the major leagues to being great in the major leagues is really difficult. How much competition are you going to bring from the outside, say, and bring in free agents to give competition to these guys who we can like kind of eyeball right now and go like, that might be second base, that might be shortstop. Like, how much are you going to press those guys?
I think the competition is always going. The vehicle to acquire players has never been more difficult than it is right now. Trades are very difficult to make. When you talk about the valuations of the trades, free agency, we're still working towards becoming a championship level team. So, that's going to eliminate a class of free agents. And so, but if you look at this year in the Rule 5 of Shane Smith and the waiver claim of Vassell, 2 Rule 5s, like
huge dub.
Those are vehicles of acquiring talent. So, we're beginning our meetings tomorrow with our scouts at 11. We got a big meeting Wednesday, and we literally, every player's in a bucket. We'll go through every major league free agent. We assume nothing financially. Talk about the talent. Talk about the makeup. Talk about the health. Does he fit us? And then you turn the finances over to Chris and Jen and Josh, and they make those decisions. But our job is to get the players right. And we work tirelessly with sports science, with research and development to get these guys right. And those conversations begin this week. And so we're looking forward to that.
Gene, you mentioned trades, and specifically I wanted to ask a question about, you traded for Miguel Vargas a year ago, a little more than a year ago, effectively. When you're making a trade like that, when you're getting ready to trade Eric Fetty, someone's not a top-of-the-market trade piece like Crochet was, are you looking at Miguel Vargas and saying, he's this right now, but if we can get this right and this right with the player, then he becomes this? Is that some of the approaches? Like, well, we can see some of the things that we think the guy can end up doing, and we're going to go from because we see the future and not just the current player.
100%. And again, and I had a long track record with Miguel in Kansas City as a player, and again, like the vehicle to acquire players. He was, one of the top offensive prospects in one of the best systems in baseball for a team, a major market team trying to win a championship.
Right.
That's a target. Those are the guys you go after.
Yep.
And then you're dealing with the psychology. And this is where, we have, Brian Bannister, major league player, Chris Getz, major league player, Josh Barfield, major league player, Phil Nevin, major league player, Jim Thome, heavily involved, Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And so, when you're the psychology of bringing that young man over, you just went from the best team in baseball to the worst team in baseball. When you're hitting, you don't have the protection here you had there. You're not playing in front of Dodger Stadium every night. The adrenaline that comes with that takes some time to just get used to being in a completely different world. And so having guys around him that have been through those battles and understand the psychology of something like that, you just have to give them time. And I think we're seeing that, and it's going to continue to move forward. But just being able to target those upper level prospects, teams that are built to win championships, that are willing to make those trades, you have to jump on those.
When you talk about relationships with the other teams to make these kinds of trades, the other thing is free agency. And I think something that's been storied about with the White Sox is that there's not a good relationship with a guy like Scott Boras, right? Like, how do you mend those types of relationships? How do you keep those relationships good in this sport?
Well, that is not the case anymore. And I will tell you, like, Jin Wong, 30 years of relationships with agents and building that trust. When you talk to an agent about the vision of the player and the fit of the player, and when you say this is what it's going to be when you come here, and you continually deliver, that's trust.
There you go.
And I don't think people understand how important those relationships are. And when you have Jin Wong and Josh Barfield, two of the most reputable people in the game of baseball, on with the agents, and they're telling the agents, this is our vision, this is what we think, they know that we're going to deliver. And so, I'm very close with, one of Scott's top lieutenants, Scott Champerino. I see Scott at Dodger Stadium all the time. Like, I think that is can be a competitive advantage for your organization in winning the ties, and I believe we have that right now.
Yeah,
it's great to hear.
You also had Josh Barfield get offered a job and turned it down in Baltimore. That's got to make you feel good, right? As fans, we're like, we have somebody that people want. Like, we want to keep this guy around.
It's just a matter of time. I mean, let's have a parade here.
Yeah,
and then Josh can go wherever he wants.
I love it.
But he's a rising star. Paul Yanish, rising star. Dave Keller. We've got a lot of guys that are general manager candidates. But I think we're all focused on winning for Jerry, winning for Chris, and these fans. And I absolutely love our fan base.
That's awesome.
It is so much fun to walk around the stadium, and we love it.
Gene, one last question. We heard you're a guy who likes to have fun.
Yeah.
And you have been in the league for a long time. You've worked a lot of jobs. Question for you is, what front office people of all time are on the Mount Rushmore of getting a deal done at the hotel bar at 2 a.m.?
Well, the you heard the story.
No. Right here, yeah.
So the James Shields Wade Davis trade.
Okay.
Rocco Baldelli and I met at 1:30 in the hotel hallway, and I was in my pajamas. That's actually in a book.
Oh wow! I didn't
in a
realize
book.
that.
And Ken Rosenthal said he's going to put it in his. But I tell you what, Dan Jennings with the Washington Nationals is pretty good. AJ Preller with the Padres, he likes to have a lot of fun. The thing about AJ, and I tell everybody, is like you're always going to get that call within 30 minutes of the deadline with something. and I love AJ. Yeah, AJ, and I'm really pulling for them this year. My son works for the Padres, so
awesome.
But no, I just I went a lot of years of just trying to be something I wasn't, and I just realized I told this story yesterday. When we won the World Series in 2003, you wake up the next day, and guys might have seen Scotty Scheffler's video about winning a major, and I woke up and it's like you've been chasing this for so long, and now you've got it, and like, okay, now what? You know, you got that empty feeling, and so the one thing, and I'm on our guys all the time about be with your families, balance it out, because my kids are gone, they're all gone, and I've spent my entire life trying to win world championships and have been a part of 2, but like you don't get the time back, and so you've got to find that balance. But for me, it was okay. You got to find a way to impact people's lives around trying to win games, and so charity work, leaving tickets for people, getting autographs, things like that are kind of the things that bring joy to the job, and it's a vehicle to impact a lot of people's lives.
Excellent, it's awesome.
Great way to end it.
Gene, thank you so much for this.
I'm always
you,
pleasure, my friend.
You are officially invited to the hot
I want
tub.
to be in the hot tub.
You're officially invited
anytime you want.
We'll be reaching out to you next
Really
season.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
you
Thank
messed
you
up
guys
and
for
gave
having
us your
me.
card.
Thank
So
you
yeah,
guys for
be in touch.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gene.
People are waiting to tee off. There's no restroom out here.
Has this happened to you? I've got the perfect gift. Introducing the Euro Club, the discreet sanitary solution for your urgent relief. It looks like an ordinary golf club, but contains a reservoir built into the grip to relieve yourself. The Euro Club comes with a towel and appears that you are just checking out your club. Leak-proof, easy to clean, and no embarrassing moments. Order now and get a second Euro Club for half price. The Euro Club, the only club in your bag guaranteed to keep you out of the woods.
All right, we're at the tailgate right now. I got my man, Joey P, right here. To me, the original bum. The original bum, not these other guys. Here's my question for you, Joey. What about the White Sox is pissing you off the most right now?
The manager. Enough said. Like, what worse job can you do than the manager right now, man? Like, pump up the crowd, hype them up like I do. Let's go. I want to.
Thank you, Joey. Appreciate you. You got the beef off here. We're at the tailgate. I got my man Bob with me. He's got the Saturday Nights Are for the Wives shirt, which I love. One question for you, Bob. What about the White Sox is pissing you off the most right now?
Jerry. I'm sorry, everybody said it, right, Jerry?
Mike
Fuck Jerry.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it. All right, friends, we got the beef off. I got Katie with me. We're at the tailgate. It's pouring like a motherfucker. But I have one question for you, Katie. What's pissing you off the most about the White Sox right now?
Lack of effort.
That's very fair. This team looks like they're
Not trying.
I mean, I hate to tout the manager. He said they're flat. They do look like they're not trying. They look like they've given up on life.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Appreciate that, Katie. All right, I'm here with Jared. Jared, you've done 1 million shots of Malort with cicadas in them, which I bless your heart. I only did one. I crunched up the cicadas delicious. But my question for you is, what's pissing you off the most right now about the White Sox?
I could say John Striffrin, just to piss my Sox summer off.
Yeah.
But no, actually, he's not the worst thing. The worst thing is Pedro Rafal. I want to like the guy, but I don't see it happening.
It is tough.
He's a nice guy. We met him. He's a cool guy, but not a manager. I'm sorry.
He sucks.
He kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but he sucks.
Thank you, Jared. Appreciate you. All right, friends, you got the beef off. I've got Zombie Jackie with me. We're at the tailgate. One single question for you. What is pissing you off the most about the White Sox? Just one thing.
You should not be able to keep your job in the face of gross and just horrible incompetence. Pedro Rafal should be fired. I don't care if they're going to fuck up. I don't care if they're going to mess up. Who comes next? I don't care. You don't get to keep your job if you fucking suck.
Fair enough. Thanks, Mom. Appreciate that. All right, friends, you got the beef off. We're at the tailgate. I've got Neil right here. He's been drinking hard. I can tell he's been pounding shit. One question for you, Neil. What is pissing you off the most about the White Sox right now? One thing, because I know there's a lot of things, but one thing.
Lenine Sosa, why is he here? Why is he here? I don't know. We've done this 15 times already. Just get him out. Just get him out.
Love it, Neil. A man of my own heart. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. All right, I got Aloha Mr. Hand with me. Mr. Hand, real quick, I'm interviewing everybody I can find out here. What's the thing about the White Sox that's pissing you off the absolute most?
Everything. Fuck them all.
Wait a minute, can I answer?
One thing. Yeah,
one thing only. The supposed they were going to be prepared to kick your ass, when in fact they're getting their ass kicked.
Absolutely. Love it. Thank you. All right, I got Jeff right here. Jeff, I need your number one thing that's pissing you off right now about our White Sox.
There it is.
It's a laundry list, right? What is making you the most fucking irate about this team?
I would say, Andrew Vaughn's got to be sent down, and he might have been sent down already. He hasn't played. He's not playing today. He didn't play yesterday. He's not playing today.
That warms my heart because
He's got to get reset.
He's got to reset.
Yeah, he may be.
We're getting a motherfucking selfie.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Jeff. All right, we're at the tailgate. I'm here with my man Yumper. Yump, quick question for you. The White Sox, what is pissing you off the absolute most right now?
Fuck, man. I would say probably the promotions. They're pretty fucking shitty. MSS is losing money, not being able to steal shit, and making you go through the fucking roads with them to pick up the shit that's left behind. It's just been bad. When the North Side's doing better promotions to you, it's pretty horrible.
That's right. MSS is dying out there in the secondary market. Appreciate you, Jump. Thank you, my friend. Love you.
I was going to the game, got to on the north side of 35th, and then they said, "Okay, go ahead." So I start walking across the street, and I think I got to about the sidewalk at the other side, but I'm not exactly sure of that. And then, bam! Like this car hit me. I never saw the damn thing. I mean, it's just like out of the blue. And the next thing I know, and I don't remember, how exactly it happened, but I end up upside down in the guy's open sunroof. So I'm in this car upside down, and I don't really I'm kind of obviously in shock, and I don't know what else. And they take off on the Dan Ryan, and the cops are all over him. Basically pulled some maneuver. They have a name for it. I think it's called PIT or something. Yeah, where they force him into an accident. And so I was in another accident with them. Cops come around the car, machine guns and all that shit. Get out of the car, get out of the car. The guy's pointing one at me, and then one of the other cops is like, no, he's a victim.
Next up is a guy, a much maligned guy, my guy, Luis Angel Acuna. I mean, we saw this the other night. He drew a walk. He stole second. He stole third. They threw the ball in the outfield. He created his own goddamn run, manufactured his own fucking thing. I've been thinking about him a little bit lately. And I wanted to look it up. I said, he seems like such a demon on the base paths. Let's check Fangraphs. And Fangraphs has a metric for base running. And if you look at this board right here, there are a bunch of people that play every day and have a lot of plate appearances. And at number 10 is our sweet angel, Acuna, 118 plate appearances, but he's top 10 in base running in all baseball. He is a demon on the base paths. You can see the heat map right here from Baseball Savant. He is easily the best base runner on the White Sox. The White Sox have some good base runners, have some bad ones too. My question for you guys is Will Venable squandering opportunities by not using him more often, running the bases, pinch running, getting him in spots? He plays solid defense both at short and center field. I think you can get a little more aggressive with him, maybe running the bases for some of the, we'll just say less inclined to run the bases players on the White Sox and squeeze a run here or there. Chirizi, are they underusing him in this capacity?
I think a little bit. I think a bit, right? And my thoughts on Acuna have changed since the beginning of the season. Not that I think he's any different of a player than I thought at the beginning of the season, but the team actually contending is making me think about his role differently.
Right.
And because he's actually the kind of guy you see teams trade for at the deadline. They don't trade a lot. They just they give a little bit, like a player to be named later or some shit. But this is a guy that you want 25th, 26th on the team, because you can use him for a number of different things. You mentioned center field. He's basically where he playing. He just started playing center field, and he's steadily a zero defensive run save. He's out there. He's fine, kind of guy, and he's actually positive outs above average shortstop. So this is a guy that you could definitely use in the field, and you can definitely set up scenarios where when your catcher gets on base late in the game, this guy's running.
He's running.
This guy's running, and it's different. This is a guy in extra innings. Whichever slow ass dude is on second to start the 10th, he's now the guy on. But also, I mean, like, this is a thing too where I think Beef, where you're going is a little bit different though. Are there little edges, right? Like, so let's take a look at let's say we're late innings and our guy Randy Grichuk gets on base.
Yep.
Randy.
He once was a pretty good runner, but he's not a speed demon now. He's certainly not. He's certainly not Acuna. And so why not take that edge? You know, Acuna is a better outfielder. So like you lose nothing the next inning. The only thing you lose is if he comes up again. But they were throwing a right-hander against Randy anyways when that happens. Right. So correct. So like there's an edge to be had in that moment. And is Will Venable taking all those edges? I don't think I've watched that closely enough. But like if he's not, he does need to take those edges. Like use this guy. He's this is what he's for. I don't want to watch him bat. All right.
If they want to do the developmental thing, like it's going to have to kind of wait till next year. You've seen enough this year where you're like, this guy absolutely cannot hit. But Tracy, think about it from the other perspective. Everyone has a reliever or 3 or 5 relievers on their roster that can't hold anyone on base.
Exactly.
Put them in the game as soon as that guy's out there. As soon as you got an open spot, even if it's a small upgrade in speed, put him in there and let him steal second, third, and be just a huge nightmare to the other team. And I don't think they're doing that enough, is my personal opinion. I'm right-handed.
Man,
yes,
20, baby.
Yes, I can't believe I nailed it. I can't believe I got that perfect.
You knew that. This one is electric melon. So I have a fancy glass here.
Yeah.
This is definitely bum wine. Here we go. I've never had electric melon. I can't. I don't even know if I've had.
Give us some tasting notes.
Give it a swirl and a sniff first.
I want to
breathe it in.
And, all right,
it smells like bubble yum watermelon. I mean, the sugar notes are way up my nostrils. So I got that going.
You got diabetes again.
Okay. Does not seem to be any legs whatsoever. So
that happens sometimes. It's a little young, maybe.
I mean, that's not good.
Sorry, I'm a little bit late. I was at the grocery store. My 17-year-old son's girlfriend's family is coming over to our house tomorrow night for dinner.
Yeah, I love it.
And so I was getting like last-minute rations. And as I'm walking down the aisle, suddenly like something comes over me. Like, you know when you feel like you're going to puke? Well, I felt like I was going to puke in the middle of the grocery store. And I located a trash can in time, yanked it over to like an aisle that no one was in, and just started booting in the grocery store.
Oh my God.
Not great.
Holy shit.
I sold a shirt this past Tuesday. After selling it, a buyer messages me, asked me to change the address, that his new one wasn't on file. And this is something that does happen too. So sometimes people will do that. Now, there's a proper way to do it, or there's the way that Ray did it. One thing for sure, the username that purchased the shirt is not the same username that messaged me after it's sold, asking me to change the address. So he says, "Hey, did you purchase this Jordan shirt? I have a message from another account saying for me to change that address." I did and sent it. I'm really confused. So
he is really confused.
Yeah,
that's the most accurate part of this.
So he goes in and says, "Hey, could you change the address? That's not my shirt." He doesn't have the same username. He's not mailing from the account. And the guy goes, "Sure, I'll do that right for you. No problem." This is why if you run a brick and mortar business, you have no fear of eBay sellers taking over anything.
So I think that leads us perfectly into our first question for you, Sammy. So like the current over under for the Sox is 53.5. Now me and Beef got that at 49.5. We got the over at 49.5 right when it came out. And so now that you've seen a little bit of the White Sox, are we geniuses for getting it that early, or is it still a terrible bet?
I mean, you guys got a good number, and that's half the battle. but it takes me back to when I moved to Vegas, and you guys all know who Roxy is, right? Roxy Roxborough.
Yep.
And it was the 2018 offseason going into the year. And I remember they opened the win total like 66.5. And I was like banging the desk over because they were going to call up all these guys, right? Like Kopech and like you name the guy.
Moncada and all them guys.
Moncada, number one prospect in baseball.
Lucas Giolito, everyone, man. We had the band, man. Raylo Lopez.
The total goes from 66.5 to like 71, 72. And I meet Roxy for the first time. It's like right before opening day. And Roxy pulls me aside and says, I just want to thank you for drilling the White Sox over because I hammered the under. And he's like the greatest baseball gambler that ever lived. And he thanked me for banging the drum all the way up. And I don't remember how many games they won. It was like 62, 63. They went under all the numbers. So getting a good number is more than half the battle, but it doesn't mean you're going to win. And I see this rotation and I see the lineups. Fingers crossed, I think.
He just wants to hit it hard, and when he hits it hard, then it goes far. It does! Deep to the
Watching him go the opposite field is a rarity, but when he gets it, they stay got it. And that was a rocket out of the front.
Attributes.
Everybody on your feet. It's polka time. Get out the accordion.
Ladies and gentlemen, a 2010 McDonald's All-American, former Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket, former Chicago White Sox, current assistant coach for the Rhode Island baseball team. In 2018, he came in fifth for the American League Rookie of the Year award, smashing the team best 27 home runs, the third most by a first-year player in history. In 2024, he was inducted into the Georgia Tech Hall of Fame, and on Saturday, July 11th, compete for the White Sox Alumni Home Derby Championship title. A man who's responsible for bringing 108 to the masses, the biggest Sunday Stoke fan, a cult hero on the South Side, a teammate, a father, husband to Emily, brother to Matt, making his first appearance on the 108 podcast. Please welcome Daniel Polka.
Dude, you got me more butterflies doing this than I've ever had planned.
No,
that intro is gonna be tough to. I mean, first I'm looking at the Mazda commercial and I'm like, man, dude, if I was just a couple years later, I'd be riding around a free Mazda with my wife. Yep. Like things would have been good.
Would you have dialed in at all the local restaurants? You would have had free food. You know, you could feed all those people.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, dude,
it'd be great.
That's one thing I've always said about Chicago is like, dude, it didn't matter who you were. If you were up for a day, it was like Chicago restaurants took care of their athletes. And it was crazy because it was just like, I don't know if they had a yearbook back there or just like a live stream, but it was insane. Like how many times you just would walk somewhere and get something for free and you're like, what, dude? Like, you guys know we have like 41 wins right now.
Yeah.
We don't care. Like, you're eating here for free. I'm like, all right.
Well, you made quite the splash on the South Side. You hit 27 home runs, for God's sakes. Everyone knew it was a dismal, season, but you were a big, bright, shining star in 2018. Like, it was a breath of fresh air. It felt good. We didn't know the depths of how bad it was going to get after you left, because it got really bad, right? And we went through some real shit. But like it was just a fun season, and it was great. And we have questions for you, but the first thing I want to do is like literally how much you hate Dave for ruining your whole fucking White Sox tenure. Like as soon as you sign on to do a show with Barstool and White Sox Dave puts you on the show, like all of a sudden
I didn't even realize at first who you were talking about. It wasn't,
he wiped White Sox Dave from his memory. I don't blame you. All right, I don't blame you. I wish we could do that too, Daniel.
No, he's fine. No, dude, it wasn't even that. It was the bummed hamstring. It's all it goes back to. It's like, but we're all good.
Yeah. No, I didn't want to start it on a bad note. You still had a lot of years played. You played a bunch. You went overseas. It was weird for us because we had a thing going with Tyler Saladino, who's actually number 18 too. And then he's lost. He's gone. And then you come in, you're wearing 18, and you guys both end up replacing him with the Lions. Yeah, and like it's just crazy. You play with my wife's cousin, TJ McFarland. Like you got around the leagues, and you had. I just remember when the Sox were. Like just kind of building, and like I was complaining. You were at the Mets, and I was complaining about something. You're like, listen, there's like 3 teams in the MLB that could have a chance to win anything every year. He's like, all the rest of these teams, they don't have they're just piecing it together. So you walked me off a ledge there because I was so mad at Tim Anderson. You're like, you got to relax. He's like, there's 3 teams that have depth that can do this, but you need to relax. So Chorizo.
I still stand by that, man. I think it's just crazy to see how many teams like aren't like really are actively not competing. And then, I mean, say it's 20 teams that aren't competing, and it's like 4 of them still end up in the playoffs just because, either they have really, really good development or everything just fell in place, man. And it's just wild to see. It's like, I mean, it feels like the Indians every year. It's like, let's get rid of our whole roster, and then they're still there. And it's like they're doing something really good. And it used to be making starting pitchers. I don't know what it is now because I hadn't watched them in a long time, but I feel like they just don't miss with. They get rid of something really good, and all of a sudden something really good is there. It's insane. It's insane.
The Brewers are doing the same thing, and the Cubs are furious. The Cub fans are you just keep reloading. Teresa, you got to start. The question for our guy.
You're coaching now. You're coaching now at Rhode Island. What's the most rewarding piece of coaching some of these young hitters, especially, guys that maybe play similar positions to you and have similar skills?
So I got all the outfielders, and I'm a much better outfield coach than I am a player because like at the end of the day, someone like me, I mean, this kind of goes with my whole career. It's like I had to do everything I could to be in the outfield. And it's like I ran fine for being 240 pounds, but at the end of the day, like I was probably born to stand in the batter's box. Like that was my position. But it's like that's made me a much better coach in the outfield. Like, and Debo to this day, it's like I talk to Debo all the time. Like, dude, we were out there every day for early work. Like, I don't know how I didn't lose 20 pounds. Like I don't know how I didn't look like just immaculate in uniform because
the restaurant's giving you free food. It sounds like. I mean, if I had to guess, I don't know. Because these restaurants set me up too, Daniel. I'm sorry,
And he's not even a star. He's paying.
I'm not getting them for free. I got to pay for it, but still,
But not to be corny, it's like after about I had the fall with them. I had just moved up here in July. I had the fall with them, and I'm still brand new to them. They're brand new to me. So I'm like, I don't want to play around with dudes and just change them just to be like, oh, I changed them. So I just got to know them the whole fall. And then once those games started in the spring, man, I was like, dude, coaching's more fun. I had more fun coaching than I've ever had playing. And
awesome. Oh, nice.
And again, not to be corny, it's just like being able to like give someone something and then like just see it in their mind. Like, oh shit, like that's the feel I'm supposed to have, or like that, like this is what it's supposed to be. it's just the greatest thing ever, dude. It's, I mean, I love it. And, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We had a crazy season up here too. Like we had week 3, we had 36 inches of snow. We bust back from Alabama to Rhode Island, and then this guy hired me. I have the best head coach. I have the best boss I'll probably ever have for the rest of my life. But he's like, dude, we hadn't missed. I know, like, you think it's cold, but we hadn't missed an outside practice in 3 years in the spring. Dude, we didn't practice outside one day this spring. We had the storm, not of the century. It was the storm of like all time in Rhode Island. It was insane. And we had to bus back from Alabama after getting shellacked because, again, we still hadn't been outside prepped at all, like real game stuff. And we bus from Alabama back to Rhode Island just so that we can play Brown the next day up here. And somehow all of our fields got plowed, but none of the roads were plowed. It was insane. But the last 6 weeks of that season, dude, and it's like I got the outfielders. I'm in charge of all the hitting. Like, and again, my head coach lets me do whatever I want, which is kind of unheard of as a first-year coach. And dude, they just kept growing, and I just would get so excited. It's like that team average after Alabama. We're sitting at like 260, and it just climbed all the way to the last day. It did not drop down the whole time since we played at Alabama. And it was sick, dude. I mean, we scored 8 runs a game. We were getting 10 hits a game. It was 6 new starters too. So it's like, this is a brand new team. They had, you guys, I don't know if you're familiar with the college stuff, but it's like all the COVID years, all the extra years of eligibility. I mean, they had like 22-year-old men playing last year, 23-year-olds filling the roster up. And so for it to be a bunch of brand new dudes come in and have success just meant a lot to me. It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
That's really cool, man. Congratulations on that job, by the way.
Yeah, that's awesome. And if you don't mind, I would like to stay right there with that. What kind of adjustments you have to make from being player to like shifting over to like being in charge of people and coaching people and like understanding different personalities and work ethics. And what were the changes you had to make?
See, the personalities thing is about, it's like if we're counting college, I spent 15 years in a locker room. So it's like I've seen everything there is. I've seen the craziest people on earth, and I've seen the most boring people on earth, and everything in between. So it's like the hardest part of it was sitting there some days, we're hitting in the cage, and I have the whole game plan mapped out. They're just doing their work, and I'm kind of covering all. I think I had 20 dudes, and the hardest part was like reminding myself that like I'm not in the locker room anymore. Like they are my friends. I love them all. Like, didn't have a bad kid on my team, but it's like I'd catch myself every once in a while. I'm like, dude, I'm shooting the shit like with Tim Anderson right now. I'm shooting the shit with Nicky Delmonico. Like,
yeah,
I forget like this kid's 19. Like I'm just like, in like a year before, I'm like sitting in Mexico, and I'm just, it's the same feel to me, and I'd have to remind myself every once in a while. It's like, hey, like there's an expectation like that they have out of me and that I have out of them, and like, you know what I mean, just to keep it good. But that was the hard part, like realizing like, damn, I'm not in the locker room anymore. Like even just messing with someone that I would like, because I mean, like everybody knows, like I fuck around a lot, like and it's part of, and I mean I enjoy like getting a rise and like getting it back. It's just who I am. All those years of getting bullied, it's just like I'm just kidding, but those dudes, it's just, yeah, it was a lot of fun this year, man.
That's awesome. They coming up to you and like they like busting your chops about your playing days
all the time, dude. I get it nonstop, and it's great because it's like the game. I mean, again, this is like corny stuff, but like the game humiliates you in any way possible. Even if you're Mike Trout, like no matter who you are, there's just a point where like you get down You get however you want to get, and like so it's like when it's them giving it to me, I kind of enjoy it because it like makes me feel I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm still cool. I'm young, like
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, they do too. Like these dudes would put me up there too, make me feel good. So it's like it wasn't just a roast sesh. They were giving me my credit, which was fun because it's like the semester before I'm sitting in a classroom with a bunch of 19-year-olds at Georgia Tech finishing my degree, and it's just like, oh God, like where am I? Like, what am I doing? I'm like, just one small change, I wouldn't be here, but it all worked out perfect, man.
What are the aspirations for you with this line? Like, you want to be a head coach? Do you want to move into major leagues? Where you want to go?
It's one of those things. Like, I always wanted to be in college coaching, and it kind of aligned with like my playing career. It was like, all right, like I'm in college, I'm playing to win every day at Georgia Tech, right? For those 3 years, we got to win every day, or else we're out. And I gotta perform every day, or I'm on the bench. And all of a sudden, you get to pro ball, and you realize like rookie ball, like I will say the Diamondbacks, the team who drafted me, they did an amazing job with wanting you to win every game. But I get traded from them to the Twins, and it's like I'm in Double-A now. All of a sudden, like the lineup's getting sent to the manager. The game just starts changing a little bit, and the Diamondbacks just had everybody who's like, "You're playing a full year at this level. Don't care how good you do." I mean, we had Mitch Haniger come back. They traded for him. He was in Double-A. They put him in High A with me. Spent the whole year with me in High A. It was kind of a joke, but at the same time, it was like it developed you in some sort of way. But it's like you're not competing to win anymore every day. And then even, like I get called up, and it's like we're in a rough spot. We're trying to win every day, but certain people gotta get a certain amount of innings. Certain people are getting paid this, and are going to get catered to. And it's like the next year, all the way through, it's like I just missed playing to win, and that's why I would always go play winter ball, because it was just those environments of like perform now or you're out. Like that's it. And I didn't get that taste again until I went to Mexico, and I was like, I want to play here forever. And then I just had a weird health thing, and I had to stop playing. We had like a month and a half left, and so I just, to bring it all back together, the college atmosphere of just having to perform every day, and it's super competitive right now. Like the mid majors are in super regionals, like more than we ever seen. Right. And I think the portal helps it. It helps both sides. It's what you want to make it. It's just stay with the times or get lost. And I just wanted to be somewhere where you had to perform. I really missed that, because it was like I was in college, and then really the first time I had fun playing again was in Mexico in 2024. Oh, wow. It was like a huge gap of just chasing. And dude, I had this awesome manager. It was Jose Molina, and it's like great staff. I mean, dude, I had a hitting coach who spoke zero English, and he's from Cuba. And I'll like to this day, like he's one of the best hitting coaches I've ever had. And like, I'm speaking broken Spanish to him. My Spanish at that point had gotten really good, but like there'd be times where we just look at each other for 2 minutes, like, what the fuck are you talking about? But this dude was so knowledgeable. I'm like, dude, if he just learned English, like this dude should be on a big league staff. He actually worked with Pito, and Pito was in Cuba. Like he worked with superstars, dude. And it wasn't a one size fits all, dude. It was just like he had something for everybody. And I mean, I had not that I was actually sitting on the couch, but like I wasn't playing for 3 months, and I just waiting for really this team to call me, and they called me, and I went, and it was just like he made me better the whole time. It was awesome, man. I don't know what
really
you got,
cool.
but yeah.
Yeah, no, that's it. Like you want to be a college coach, and I think you're gonna take it how it goes, and you're gonna take it day by day and go there. And if you're happy, which you seem to be happy, and so that's what you got to do. I've coached t-ball. I feel the same way, like watching a kid hit a ball for the first time you see a kid hit a ball, right? Like you're like, that's awesome. Like, cause they don't know, they're like, I can't do this. I can't do it. And then they smash a ball and you're like, that's awesome. And then your heart gets big. I can only imagine if they're actually like real players and they're smashing ball, hitting catches and all that stuff. That's fun. Yeah. I can't coach. My coaching was throw to first base and then try to not hit off a tee. That's all I wanted them to accomplish. Treasy.
Daniel, let's talk a little bit about this home run derby coming up. This alumni home run derby.
Yeah, let's go.
Now, I assume you're getting tons of swings while you're coaching. You're keeping in shape with that. Now, you are out of the gates. Everybody I've talked to, the hands down favorite for this competition. Who's the biggest threat to you in this derby?
Dude, it's Lurie.
Yes. I thought so. Hell yeah.
Dude, I mean, I don't want to say it, but like I feel like it's not even close. I'm pretty sure Lurie's still playing winter ball in the DR.
Oh, really?
He did.
Oh,
he played Dominican winter ball. I think he played in Mexico last year. But yeah, he's been playing. He still plays.
Yeah, he's not done playing. Like, and he's a guy too. Like, okay, home runs weren't his game, but it's like, dude, if he wanted to take BP and hit every ball out of the park, like he could hit every ball out of the park. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like, and so I saw that one. I saw him. I saw everybody, and I saw him. I'm like, oh shit! Like I'm gonna actually have to like, dude. I mean, I've swung a fungo for the past. I was getting ready to play in 25.
You're getting help with the fungo. You're getting some help there. Like,
no, dude, I'm not because
you're not gonna get the fungo in the stadium there. We're gonna keep an eye on you. You can't. You no juicing that way.
I was using a 32.5 ounce bat when I was playing, and so I'm like, okay, I'll order the same bat. And then I'm looking at the fungo. I'm like, dude, I've been for
heavy bat.
eight months been swinging a bat that's probably 25 ounces. I don't know. And I'm just like, oh shoot! Like, so I took my first swings yesterday, like real swings, and it was fine. I think I'll be able to.
All right.
I'll be able to do something.
What about Canseco? How you feel about Canseco?
I saw Jose Canseco when I was in Low A with in South Bend. He came and I guess he travels around and does these shows where he just hits ball far. Like, hey, I'm Jose Canseco. I hit ball far. And he's hitting these softballs. And dude, I've never seen a ball hit so far in my life. I was like, so I've seen him and I'm like, I don't know. I know he had like the shoulder injury. I don't know, dude. The dude's hit like 600 professional home runs. I think at any age he's got a shot, dude. You know what I mean? It's like
he's gonna be 62 years old though.
Yeah, but dude, we just watched Mike Tyson box in a match. Like some dudes just don't lose it. Some dudes don't lose it.
I saw a lot of Mike Tyson in a boxing match.
Yeah.
Now, Daniel, MSS mentioned it up front that you were a 2010 McDonald's All-American. Has Kyrie Irving reached out to give you any advice about the home run derby? I figured you guys have stayed close since you're on the East team in the McDonald's All-American game. Has he reached out to give you a little bit of advice for this thing?
No, man. He unfollowed me in 2014, and that was it.
Oh, no. Brutal.
Hadn't heard from him since. I watch him, but I have a feeling he hadn't watched any of me. So it is what it is, dude. Some people just got it. Some people don't.
That's tough.
Our guy Mike Downey thinks it's going to come down to you and Canseco for the finals in the home run derby. So I mentioned Larry too, and he was like, "No, it's Canseco and Polka." is going to be the win. And I think that's who he's pulling for. He's going to pull strings. So maybe he'll cheat for you or cheat for Jose.
I don't know how it's really even working.
So you don't have any details either.
Not really. No, I just know that we're using a wood bat.
Okay.
And
there's orange balls. There's orange blue.
Yeah,
moon
there's
balls
orange
that
blue
count.
moon balls. I've heard that. The word two. And then do you get to pick your pitcher? Is that out there yet, or you don't know at this point?
Dude, I hope not, because I don't got one.
We should look up who you killed the most in the majors. We'll get him to the ballpark.
I'll say we had a bullpen catcher, Miguel Gonzalez. He's still there, I'm pretty sure. Anytime that dude threw me BP, I hit a home run, and it was like, I'm like, can this dude just throw to my group? Like, and I didn't want to kill him because he's getting crushed in the bullpen all the time. You know what I mean? Like, and I'd just be like, dude, like I'm down bad. Like, I need a round from you. And it was just always, I don't know what it was, man, but he just always got me right. And I was hoping he was throwing, but I don't think he is.
Oh man, let's make that happen.
We can make
MSS,
some calls
use your
figure that out.
use your connections. Use your connections.
I can call over there. I'll text.
Connections are running dry.
Oh, we're good. They just made a bobblehead of us, Daniel. Don't worry about that. Have
you seen our bobblehead, Daniel? Let's see.
I saw it barely. I had to so by like 21, I always unfollow like the team that I was with, not out of spite, just because like FOMO. And I'm like, so it's like, and then I saw that pop up, and I'm like, damn it, dude, I gotta follow them back, and I'm gonna look like a douchebag following them back. And I was thinking about it today. I'm like, no, I don't care. I'm gonna start following all the 108 stuff again. But it's like anytime I was with the team, and it was like even the Mets, like I followed all their goofy stuff, just normal stuff, not to like for intel, but just because like I loved being with the Mets. And it was like, I'm like, dude, I don't want to follow him and like see like, you know, all this, you know.
Yeah, you want that part of your life to be over, kind of like put in the rear view.
Like, let's move on to the
like
next
following the ex-girlfriend, you know.
Yeah, a little bit, right? Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
you don't want to do that.
But I saw that pop up, and I was just like, dude, I'm just so glad. Because I was telling my buddy today, man, we drove up to Boston to see a couple kids play, and he asked me, he's like, you excited? Like, what do you want to do there? And I'm like, dude, I just want to go to a game. And I'm like, I maybe hit the beach in the morning, just because that was like my favorite thing to do was like walk over the beach. And
Oak Street or North Avenue? Which one you hit?
Oak Street.
Oak Street. Okay.
And I was like, dude, but I was like, there's a group. I'm like, I have a podcast tonight. I was like, I don't ever do like podcasts, anything, but I was like, these dudes, I'm like so excited to reconnect with, because I was like, they made my rookie year so much fun. And I was just telling them, I'm like, when I would go to Braves games when I was in college, we would like tailgate parking lot. It was like a football game, and I'm like, these dudes are out tailgating the games. There's someone's at every game, and I'm like, and it's the funniest section in the stadium because like half of it's just blocked by the foul pole, and it's just like I think it's hilarious that our most just prominent fans, like most important fans, miss half of the game because the fucking foul pole is in their face. And I was just telling them all, and I forget a lot, dude. I forget a lot about like just good stuff, and I just kind of was rambling on to him about like all this little stuff that happened, and it's just hilarious to like think about. So yeah.
So along with that, I was going to ask you, like, we owe you a lot of credit, because in 2018 we were tweeting about us. You were about the 108ing with Jeff the Giant and everything. You put us on the map. Remember seeing you coming into the Sunday Soak, because we were on Facebook Live at that point. We would see Daniel Palka show up, you know. what the one question is always in my mind: how in the hell did you become aware of the three guys sitting in a hot tub drinking you know, and go, you know what, I'm gonna check in on this and see how it happens. Do you remember how you found out about the 108?
Dude, I think it just goes back to the FOMO, man. It's like, it's my whole life. So it's like, you guys just hanging out talking shit about ball. You know what I mean? It's like,
we do.
That was the best part about being in pro ball, is like that hour and a half after BP to the game, just like sitting with your buddy, like just talking about nonsense. You're not talking about anything for hours. And it's like, I'm like, these guys are doing this all the time, and they're adults.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to do that. You know?
Now, Daniel, a long time ago, I had found $1 on the street when I was walking down Canal Street to the office, whatever. You told me be careful that it's not a poo dollar. My question for you is, it's been a while since we connected. Have you picked up a poo dollar by mistake since the last time we talked to you?
Dude, I swear to God, I was at Disney 3 days ago.
Oh
no!
And there was there was a $10 bill on the ground. We're the only ones. It's the Dumbo line. We're the only ones in line. It's like 8 o'clock at night, and I stared at it when we're just waiting, and I'm just staring at it, and I'm like, man, dude, I want to pick this thing up, but I'm like looking all around. I'm looking everywhere, bro. I'm looking everywhere, and I'm like, how rare is it? It's not that I want the $10, and I'm like, I almost wanted to pick it up and be like, hey, did someone drop this when no one's around? And so I finally picked it up, opened it up, nothing in there, dude. But got Laney a toy with it, so it worked out perfect.
There you go.
But dude, I'm telling you, the second I saw it on the ground, I swear to God, I remember we were playing. I think we were playing the Angels, and there's a I don't know what bill was rolling around the outfield, dude, and I was in left field, and every inning I would get out there, dude, it was blowing towards me, and I wanted to pick it up so bad and just throw it in my back pocket, and I was like. And I'm just like sitting there, I'm the whole game, dude. And I'm just like, dude, I know someone's shit in this dollar bill. And they're waiting for me. They put it on, like, what better plan could you have than to get some idiot major leaguer to pick up a $10 bill with your, you know what I mean? Like, and I was like, it's not happening, dude. I'm not doing it. And I would get up on I remember during that game, I'd get up on the top step of the further part of the diet. There was a spot I always liked to sit. I was always in one of the coaches' way. I don't remember who it was, but they'd be like, dude, why are you always in my spot? I'm like, dude, this is the first place I ever sat here. It's where I sit. Like, I don't know. And I'm just not lucky. I went over 4 my first game. It's a good view. I don't know. And I moved down to the other side, and I remember even like Joe Mack being like, dude, you all right? Like, why are you standing down here at the end of the bench? Like, and I was like, dude, I think there's a poo dollar out in left field, dude. I want to see if the Angels left fielder picks it up. It was this whole ordeal, man, in my head, and I'm sure it was clean, dude. I'm sure some poor guy dropped it trying to get.
Well, why risk it? Why risk it?
But I needed to know, man. I never.
Mike Trout's out there leaving poo dollars out for people just because that's how he gets his jollies. You know?
That'd be legendary.
That son of a bitch. He's like, listen, I'm gonna go fuck with our left and right fielders and the whole other team.
Wait till they see this.
Money
Come
out
out there in batting practice. Throwing them out there.
He accidentally does that with 100, and he's like, "Oh,
in my mind, it was like there was equations going on, and looking at like who it could be. No one's paying attention. We'll never know, dude.
So
we'll never know.
You bring in, you got the wife, you got 2 daughters. That's awesome. That's got to be fun. I have $2. Loaf's got 1. Treasy has none that he knows about. So that's fun. All right. How's brother Matt doing? Brother Matt was a big 108 supporter too. He coming back for the home run derby? You gonna bring the whole Palka fam out or what? What are we dealing with here? And how many tickets do we got to get?
That's a long trek, man. From he's out there. I don't know if that's but the biggest part of it all. I know my parents are coming. My wife's parents will come.
Okay.
And awesome. That gives us a hand with the kids so that me and Emily can just relive some memories. But damn, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all.
That's it?
I don't know though. I got a bunch of buddies saying they want to come. I don't know. But the big thing for me is like, I was playing that last year in 24, and my family was gonna come. I was with a team called Union Laguna, and they were so family friendly, dude. And they were like, we're going to have a whole house set up for you guys next year. You're going to be neighbors with Taylor Williams so that your kids can play together all day. Then you can come to the game together, all this stuff. And so I was pumped up because like Lainey, my oldest one, never like, she was sure at games while I was in the minor leagues, everything. And, she spent the whole Dominican with us for 2 months, which was hilarious and awesome. And but she never like got to like see me do anything.
Yeah.
And I always was like, I'm like, man, dude, like that's the one thing like I missed out on is like my daughter might not think I'm cool because I'm coaching on the field. I'm not playing on it.
Right.
And so when I got asked to do it, I was so pumped because I'm like, I can't wait to have Lainey and Cecilia on the field because Cecilia acts like she's 1.5, but she acts like she's older than Lainey. But I'm like, I can't wait to just let them on the field and just run around.
Yeah.
And like be a part of it because they do it at URI. They love it. Like they would do it at Georgia Tech last year and just run around and honestly just do whatever. I mean, Cece is a big fan of on deck circles. I don't know what she just gets in the on deck circle, goes in circles, but Lainey runs the bases. So it's like, I'm just really pumped for them to like be able to, Lainey will like, she'll be 4. She'll be able to, have somewhat of a memory of just having fun at a stadium. That was one thing I would always look at like a manager I had. They had like a picture of their kid with them during BP or something. It's like, it's just really cool to be able to. Hopefully I can win it though, and we just make it like a yearly thing. And I'm just riding it out, dude.
That's the attitude right there. Let's go.
That's the only reason I want to win. I'm like, I want to win so that maybe every year we get a free trip to Chicago, and I can like do this again, talk with you guys, and like all of it. You know what I mean?
We're available.
Yeah, we'd be game for this. I mean, let's go.
You're welcome anytime.
Yeah.
No, we appreciate you coming on. You guys have any more questions?
I got one last thing for
ahead.
Daniel. Teresa, you want to go first? Go ahead. You got something? One last
you
thing?
guys both got one.
I just had one quick one. Like
Dude,
we were looking at
be in a rush, man. I got all night, dude. I don't have a bedtime. I mean, someone who told me earlier they're like, it might be too late. I'm like, dude, I'm the only thing I'm doing tomorrow is going to the beach. That's it.
Nice. Attaboy. I love it.
That's it. We're taking girls.
I was looking at the field. Look at the field you're going against, and Scotty Pods is on there, and that's he hasn't played in a long time. He was never really a home run hitter. I kind of feel like he's filled in there at the end until they maybe get someone else or something. I don't know. I don't want to guess, but let's say someone does drop out. They get cold feet. They don't want to do it. Who's a player, former teammate of yours, that you'd want to bring in to compete?
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. That I'd want. It's got to be someone that I know I'm gonna beat. So it's like, what I mean? If I want,
I like this.
That goes different than me wanting to hang out with them. You know what I mean? Like
a beatable ally.
Dude, just I'm gonna get shit for this, but just throw Tilson in there.
He's in town anyway, right?
He's there already.
Suburbs, bring him down here.
He's there already. Throw Tilson in. I know I got him. I got the upper hand in power. Maybe not average, but I got the upper hand. Dude, anybody. It's gonna be fun to see. But dude, Scott Pitsednik, like, that was probably. I went to a White Sox game the year they won the World Series. And I was in left center field, and Grady Sizemore was in center field, and they were just dogging him, dude. And it was like, I was like, dude, I've been to a decent amount of like major league games, I've never seen like a fan section just get after him, and I'm in there too, and I'm like Sizemore, all this stuff, and it's like, in at the same time, I'm like, dude, Grady Sizemore might have been my favorite player at the time, but I'm in the outfield like, awesome. Like going along with all these fans, and it's like, but I just remember like Pitsednik was like also one of my favorite guys. It was like that whole team. They were like, I would play like, it was MVP baseball at the time. It was like Joe Creedy. I bought the Creedy jersey, and dude, I wore that fucker around everywhere. I thought that guy was the coolest dude ever. But it's funny that I ended up in like had like my highest of highs with them, because it was like kind of my favorite team just because of that experience.
That's awesome.
And it wasn't it wasn't because of the game experience or the team experience. It was because of the fan experience. So it's probably why like I immediately was like, dude, I bet some of these dudes were fucking out there yelling Sizemore. Like, and then what's even funnier is like, and then Grady's like a coach, ends up being a coach with the White Sox too. It's just funny how the game works, dude. It just goes in circles.
Yeah.
Daniel, last thing for me, as MSS mentioned up front, and you kind of showed it on the screen, your brother Matt sent us one of your cups. I just want to make sure it's okay with you that you realize that MSS wears that around his house like Buffalo Bill in Silence of the Lambs. Is that cool with you that he's modeling that as he walks around his house?
I got that right there.
Dude,
that's good inscriptions too. It's like 5th place American League Rookie of the Year 2018, and then Daniel Palka 18 on the other side.
Dude, I got
signed jerseys.
Oh, dude, that's.
If you need one, you let me know. I got this one. I got a black.
Just looking to fucking give them away. Just looking to give them
no,
away.
No,
not holding their value. Lost their value. Gotta send them on their way.
Oh, come on. I got a signed hat. If you need something, you let me know. Hey, if you need, I got one that's broken, because like this Dan, I wouldn't let your stuff sit at a garage sale. I was like, I can't let Dan's stuff sit here. It's got to get bought up. I don't want this sitting around and people going, oh, Daniel Palka, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I'm fucking buying his broken bat. But I have a bat that's not broken that you signed, that's authenticated. But you can use this if you want it. If you need this, I'll let you borrow it.
How many inches is it?
It's
bottom, on the other bottom.
Yeah, it doesn't have it on there.
Look the wrong way.
No, it does. Is there a sticker on it?
The bottom.
No,
it's not on there. There's not. There's nothing on there.
Oh, then that's not game used.
Dude. It's not game used. No, it's not.
You just unauthenticated it.
It does look like your other one, though. I mean, it's the same weight. I mean, everything. Because yours has got the 18 on there.
I think I remember signing that with Sheena in the office.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. You can borrow it.
Dude, I think that one's real. I think those ones that they have you sign are really bad. I'm worried that's what I'm going to get when.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm worried. I'm a little bit worried. So I'm like, I'm going to bring a couple backups. But, dude, mine are sitting there dry rotting in my shed. And I'm like,
oh, no.
They just survived the storm of the century. It don't matter. We'll make it work. There's someone on that team. I can bump from.
There's got to be.
Pay the clubby a couple bucks.
There you go. Get one of those torpedo bats from Colson Montgomery. That guy mashes like a motherfucker. Dan, I don't know if you've seen what he's been doing.
Without it.
Dude, listen. When you were there, you hit a home run one time in the middle. Well, it was a foul ball, but it would have been a home run if it would have been fair. But it went and hit the top of this grate above one of the concession stands.
Yeah, the Midwest beer stand.
And you almost killed
our beer ladies almost killed them.
I almost killed one of them. It was awesome.
Yeah.
That's the furthest home run I've ever seen, like over there, until Colson Montgomery hit one off of the glass in the fancy area right above our
stadium
section.
club. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Dude, that's because they got new balls now, man. Come on, dude. I was in the dead ball era. 2008, 2019. What the funniest part of it all is 2019, I stink for literally 6 games. get sent down, and I'm like, damn, everyone's hitting homers. Like, what? Like, what? How are these dudes? And it's like the ball's changed in 19. I'm like, that's the year I stink in the big leagues. And I'm like, what are the fucking chances that, like, what, like? And I just remember I remember for some reason I knew oh man, I forgot his name too. Phil from the Twins. He was a longtime Yankee. But when I was with the Twins, he was always the nicest guy, dude. But would always like just didn't treat me like I was like a double-A guy hanging out in big league camp. And I remember I thought I got him at our park, and I fly out to the track, and he's like staring me down because he's like this old school dude. What's his last name? Phil, big Yankee guy, dude. Then he ended with the Twins.
A pitcher?
Yep.
Philip Hughes?
Yeah, Phil Hughes. So he throws me a heater, and it's like he's at the end of his career. It's like 91 at the top of the zone, but it felt like 95 still. And I mean, like I'm like chopping up and I'm swinging at everything like I always do. And I thought I got him, but I got jammed a little bit. I was like, it'll still go, and it didn't go. I'm just thinking, I'm like, that one always sticks with me. I'm like, man, if it was just the next year, it's like I would have got him. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, no, but that's awesome. That's awesome that he's doing good. That there's I hadn't looked at really anything. I really like the Japanese guys we got.
Oh my god.
Or that they have. Sorry, but like, dude, I've been waiting. I don't even know his name. Lefty
Murakami? Monotaka?
Yeah. So
Murakami,
I've been watching him just from afar for like 5 years, and I'm like, I can't wait till this dude comes to the U.S. And it's like, and then he hit all those homers, and I was like, dude, I didn't even realize he was so young when he did it. And I was just like, I couldn't wait till he got over here, and people are like, oh, you can't hit velo. It's like so stupid, dude. Like you're just stupid. Like, the dude's gonna. I don't care what anything says. Like, if the dude plays every day, like he's gonna get better and better. But it's like, I'm just so glad that dude's doing good, because it just shuts up people that are like, oh, they can't hit you, they can't do this.
Well,
and that.
I hope that he's back. So he's injured right now. He's got a hamstring, but like hopefully right when you're coming to sit in the 108 on July 10th, we've got him back, and you get to worry about getting hit by one of his home runs.
Oh my god!
And we're terrified every game.
Scary.
You really haven't had to worry since you were on the team. And now we got a new guy that
I've never thought about that.
I'm
but
thinking
dude,
about wearing a helmet.
Think about some of these balls that get hit out there, dude. Like, I've never thought about that in my life. Like, I mean, the balls are coming 110 miles an hour at you.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, we just get out of the
You
way.
guys gotta
I
be
mean,
like
what choice we have? Like,
Did you see the
This guy in the comments got hit by one, so he knows.
Yeah.
He knows, so.
Wait, I didn't.
I've had a home run go off my thumb, one of his Munataka's home runs, and then Colson's, and it's not pleasant. It is flying when it gets there, and we got there's a little gap in between the net and the foul pole, and like that's right in my wheelhouse, you know, and Lopes
right at your big
got
head
a
right
little
there.
Gravity going with his nose, and it pulls right to that nose, and it's like it's coming right at us, and we're like, oh, I'm gonna save Lopes' nose just in case, you know, I don't want him to die.
Is this still Goose Island to the left?
No,
it's a line in Kugel now. It's like
no, it's Miller Lite.
It's Miller, yeah.
Miller Lite.
Miller Lite.
They call it the light landing. Fucking goddamn Brooks Boyer, you know, pulled the rug out from underneath our Goose Island boys. You know, really put us in a pickle. Huh?
Yeah.
In Goose Island, Chicago?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Leinenkugels not, right?
No.
Wisconsin?
No. North.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's Light.
Yeah.
Light is too,
Dude,
but Light is like a big like Chicago drink though.
You know what's crazy? When I went to Korea in 2020, they had Goose Island everywhere.
Really?
And I was just like, oh yeah, everywhere, dude. And I didn't realize it, but that Budweiser owned it, or Anheuser-Busch owned it.
Yeah,
So,
no.
so that made a little more sense. But it was everywhere, dude. Every little corner store, Goose Island, all everywhere. I mean, they like their beer too, so like they like their beer a lot. Like we'd go to cities and dude, it'd be like 11 o'clock in the morning, and I'm walking by, and like people are getting slammed.
Yeah,
it
sounds lovely.
They're on their lunch break, and we're not talking about like a glass there. We're talking about like an empty 6 on the table, and they're like dressed up in their suits and like heading back.
Chorizo, it's like you and me at rock bottom 5 years ago.
Oh my god! Yeah,
have a nice lunch.
Man,
yeah.
we are looking forward to having you out, Dan. It's going to be fun, and we appreciate you coming on the podcast tonight.
Yes.
This has been a long time coming because we've tried to get you on and do some things before. I don't want to put you on the spot, but there's potential. We could put you in the Sunday soak to make your dreams come true. If you're around, you want to get in a hot tub with 3 dudes in like complete.
What days am I there? What I don't even. I would cancel out, but I don't want to lose this stream.
The 11, the 11th is the day. So the 10th is the.
It's a Saturday.
We're leaving. We're leaving Sunday. I think they're shooting me out Sunday, dude. I'm like, dude, give me one more day. One more day.
Well,
I didn't ask for it.
Yeah, we don't want
We'll
to.
just wait till Rhode Island plays somewhere around us, and then we'll figure this out. How about
yes?
That?
Come play UIC.
That's
right.
right.
Do that.
Exactly.
The problem is we play the first 3 weeks in the South. So does UIC because it's freezing.
It's cold.
I mean, you know, like it's brutal. It's brutal. Those first 3 weeks are insane.
Well, if you get close, even if you get to NIU, I'm an NIU alum, and they just had a nice little run in the NCAA.
They
right?
knocked.
I mean,
I got some buddies at Kent. That one of my good buddies. He's the hitting coach at Kent. They stole their bid.
Oh,
dude, NIU is always fucking shit up. Remember they beat the shit out of Georgia Tech, and you guys were all giving me shit. Like, I know you guys. I know whoever it is. I don't remember which one of you it was, but someone was talking shit.
It's probably me.
It's MSS.
I wanted to get it back so bad, and I just was like, dude. And it got to a point. I'm like, because when I was in college, dude, we were running the triple option, but dude, we were pumping dudes to the NFL.
Triple option.
And it was like, dude, like we had like in my
They're
class,
running the 1970s offense.
dude. Hey, it got us an Orange Bowl.
That's true. Okay, I can't hate.
And now you went to the Orange Bowl too.
Who?
And now you went to the Orange Bowl too.
I know.
I'm just saying. I mean, NIU is not a scrubbed football team. Like, I mean,
Not
they
at all.
beat Notre Dame, and Notre Dame went to the national championship the same fucking year. I mean,
I know.
They had a good coach, but he left. He left because he's tired of this transfer portal shit. He's like, I'm done. I'm gonna go be the running backs coach for the Seahawks. He's like,
dude, that's got to be a bad place to be dealing with the portal. Someone who actually is a good coach and actually develops people, and then they're like, nah, I'll risk it to just peace out for. I don't know how much people are getting, but it's insane, dude.
They're getting paid somewhere. And the guy thinks he said it, basically said it when they left. He's like, we beat Notre Dame, and then all these schools come calling these guys, and the guys are like, well, they're going to give me money, and I'm going to be on this team. He's like, you're going to be third string. And he's like, but I'm getting paid. He's like, you'll play here, and they're like, nah, I gotta go. So he's like, I'm done with this shit. I'm done. So we'll see how that goes.
It's hard. It's hard to tell a kid like not to take even $100,000 could be life-changing money
for sure.
Yes,
an insane amount of people. So it's hard to like, you know what I mean? But there's just got to be some type of rule, man. Like, it's not as big a problem in baseball, but football is just, dude, it's insane. And I'm sick of seeing dudes with like 7 years of eligibility. It's like, bro, you can't go pro.
Bro, go
you
get a
can't
real
go pro,
job. Like what?
That's it. Like
You're 26. It's time to go.
Let the guy who's 20 years old play. You're like 30 years old. What the fuck?
Remember when they'd
ruining
have
it.
those guys that were in the army come back and play football and they're like 26 years old? You're like, what is this? This is like a
Carson
regular
Beck
game.
is our age, and he was in the
That's-
national championship game.
That's sick though. That's sick though. A dude that goes and like risks his life for me sitting here in Rhode Island fucking around.
Yeah,
like,
that's a different thing.
getting to enjoy my family, and then he comes back and it's like, yeah, that dude can get 10 years eligibility, whatever you want. But everyone else, it's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, I get it. You like, but at what point does it get weird being in the locker room with sometimes 17-year-old boys?
Yeah.
Like, what, like, and your
5-year-old's in there watching you play baseball or basketball.
exactly. 2 5-year-olds watching. He's got a sideline pass too. He's the ball boy next week.
Well, again, Dan, thanks for the time. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Dan.
We're gonna see you very soon. It's gonna be a fun time, and we'll be in touch. We can't wait to see you. Can't wait to hang out. And we'll have some festivities going. We'll bring all the boys out. And I won't make you sign every baseball card I have of you. So I won't make you do that. Okay.
I'll sign whatever you want, man.
I know you will. That's why we still love you. We appreciate it. And thank you very much.
It might lose value after I sign it, but hey.
No.
How dare you? Don't say that.
I mean, they're not worth a lot to begin with, but like they definitely don't go down in value if you sign it. So don't worry about it.
Dude, I did have a buddy though send me my card sold on damn, what's that one site? I don't know. He's a big card collector, but he's like bragging to me. He's like, yeah, dude, I bought it for 15 and sold it for 18. And I'm like,
nice.
I'm like, bro, and this dude's in finance. He's a multimillionaire. And I'm like, dude, first of all, we're friends. Why are you texting me that you sold my card? Like, all memory is lost. You know, I'm out the door. Second of all, like, did you need the $3 when you're living like I the same dude? He's got a Picasso in his Picasso plate in his dining room.
Man.
And I'm just like, dude, that's the perfect spot to put my baseball card right next to it. Like, you just totally
No, he needed
fucked it up.
$3 instead.
I need that $3.
He goes, gained value. LOL. That's it. Thanks. Thank you. I don't know.
Well, we cannot wait to see you. We'll see you soon. And thanks for giving us your time tonight. We appreciate it, Dan.
Of course. We'll see you guys.
Take care, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
Be good,
We'll
baby.
see you, buddy.
See you soon. thank you, My Sock Summer. Great.
You're welcome.
Great read, my friend. Great read.
That's live, baby. That's live. Only one Guinness in.
Now our guest. He's a mainstay on the sports radio dial here in Chicago. When he's not on his backyard tire swing, he's leading his bull cot. He's the co-host of the Sylvie and Waddle show on ESPN 1000. Mark Silverman, welcome to the show.
What
How you
is
doing?
up?
Wow.
What is up? Like, what a shitty picture that is too of me. I mean, not that any good, not that they terrible. Look at that. Where's the hair going? There's like a point top.
Sylvie, that's what we shoot for. I'm sorry about that. That's a tradition. We try to mess with the guests a little bit right up front. Loosen the guest up. That's all we do.
I love it.
We have to be
And I
the
love
best
you
looking guys here. We have to be the best
and I love
looking,
you
not
guys.
you.
What's
Okay?
that?
We have to be the best looking, not you. So that's why we have to do that.
Right. I get it. That's what we try to do too. What's going on, boys? How are you?
Nothing.
Oh, man,
how are you, my friend? There's a lot going on in Chicago sports, man.
Oh.
My goodness. You guys
it's
are busy
great.
absolutely every day. Fuck.
Yeah, and like the phones are going right now too about Chicago baseball, and it's like a perfect time for Cubs Sox right now. Like the resurgence of the White Sox this season, it's fun to watch. I always tell everybody like that. There's nothing more fun than the rise. That like you read so much about all the different prospects and everything like that. Trash talking at the radio station right now is gaining steam. We have more Sox fans on staff right now, and I'm here for it. I love it.
You just mentioned taking calls, and I was listening today, and you had a guy call in. I told these guys beforehand, and he goes, "Hey, I'm a Sox fan. Been a Sox fan since the Harry Carey era." And he goes, "But I was cheering for the Cubs in 2016." And he goes, "And Mark Grace was my favorite player." And I was like, bullshit buzzer went right off. And I'm like, listen, I can understand Mark Grace being one of your like a guy that you like, playing baseball. He did it the right way. He's a great guy. I loved him. I loved him, especially in '88. It was the year I got introduced to cards, and I got a ton of his rookies and got to resell. But you had Paul fucking Konerko on the South Side, who's basically the same player, but won a World Series, with your team that you love. How do you not pick that guy over Mark Grace? It really was disheartening.
Here's the only thing I would say, and I don't know if you heard like some of the stuff that we were talking about earlier. Like it was coming up because we have a lot of young producers now, Cubs and Sox fans. We have Aiden, who is a huge Sox fan. We have Hannah, who is as big of a Sox fan as there is, and there's lots of trash talk. And we were talking about hating PCA, if White Sox fans hate PCA. And then we were discussing whether or not you can admire players on the other side. Like the one thing that I said as a Cubs fan is there was one of my favorite athletes was AJ. And like what I would do to have AJ on my team. Like it was one of those things like, and maybe you do hate him if you're a Cubs fan. I never did. I loved him because I wanted guys who played that way. So I think the guy was calling to say
he meant
his
that.
favorite
Cubs
player was.
Okay.
As a Sox fan.
All right. Well, you just walked me off the ledge, Sophie, and I appreciate that.
That does make sense.
I was about ready to beat the
Grace
shit
had
out
the
of this
most
guy
hits in
when
the
I see him.
'90s, right? I mean, he had the most hits in the '90s. So, like,
was awesome.
an awesome player in his era for sure.
And he's out there smoking a dagger while he's playing catch. I mean, you got kind of all that.
Dip and then driving drunk like crazy when he's in
Well, that part's not great.
You take it easy. Now, so we did bring you because we wanted to get the roll of log out there on the fire for the Cubs Sox. The Cubs, for Sox fans who aren't paying attention, are absolutely fucking smoking hot right now. Their offense is second in MLB by WRC plus, right behind the Dodgers. From what I could tell, Seiya Suzuki coming back jump-started the group. And you guys have the guy they call Mo Baller, who, boys, I don't know if you've seen Mo Baller. He's about 5'8", 300 pounds, but does nothing but hit. Is the Cubs offense the thing that our young upstart pitcher should be worried about?
Yes, I mean, right now the Cubs have so many injuries in the bullpen. They're like throwing guys out there, and then they're DFAing guys. So many guys are banged up, and so many guys in the starting rotation are banged up. So it's the offense that's definitely carrying them. And the fun thing about the Cubs offense right now is it's a different guy each and every game. So like it could be Bregman, and Bregman still hasn't done much. Bush is starting to heat up. Mo Baller is so much fun to watch. He's like a kind of like a Schwarber 2.0, if you will. So it's been a really fun year so far. I think they went from, we were talking about it today, they went from 7-9 to 26-12. Like that shit, like
that's insane.
That, like, you guys know this, like any of our teams, whether it's the Cubs, whether it's the Sox, the Hawks, or the Bulls, to go on a run like that, this is a historic run that we just don't witness, and you just got to enjoy it because, like, I don't know what you guys think. I think baseball, the way it is played right now, is as good as it's been in a long, long time. Baseball was always my first love. It wasn't football, and I believe that baseball right now is in the best place that it's been in years.
Yeah, I don't want to pat Theo Epstein on the back too much, but a lot of the rule changes have been winners and things that I thought weren't going to be right. Like I remember when the pitch clock was first brought up, I was like, I don't know if I want that, and like everything that they've kind of instituted has been a good change. Even I think the ABS challenge now, I think there's some tweaks they can make to it, but it's great. Like there's the huge missed calls is what's important. And I can't help but love the game that's going on right now.
ABS is like it's like we like it during at the rate, the ball under the hat. Which hat is it? Like that's fun, and everyone always goes crazy. Or the Dunkin' Donuts race. ABS is that during the game.
Yes, agreed.
The game show during the game, and like they should. Brooks has got to like adopt this. Like maybe give away, first ABS challenge. Is it in a successful challenge or not a successful challenge? And then if you have the right card, you get like a free coffee at Dunkin' or something like that.
Right. I love it.
No, you're right about that, Silly, because of how quick it is too. Yeah. Unlike the replay, which sometimes takes forever, ABS is done in seconds. Like they challenge, you're waiting. Oh, there it is. Oh, we got it right or wrong. And it's wonderful how fast it moves.
I love it. And like you just see like how close these pitches are. Like just the fraction of the ball is in the strike zone and it's still a strike. It's just pretty crazy. And I think people are learning when to challenge and when not to challenge.
Yep.
Yeah, the catchers are getting very good at it.
Yes.
The catchers are getting very good.
Sylvie, this offseason, PCA signed a 6-year, $115 million extension with the Chicago Cubs. Did he get the contract that Mooney probably should have gotten this offseason? Like somebody should have stepped up and paid this money to have this man on their team.
It's such a good question, and I find this a fascinating topic. Like when you go to Mooney now, do you go to him now? Because do you want him to continue to rack up home runs? Do you want him to continue to have great games and then getting closer to the All-Star break or closer to the end of the season and him not knowing what the next landscape is going to be like? And would he want to, being a year away, talk contract extension? Or is he now willing to bet on himself and to really go for the mega deal? Mm-hmm. I don't think there's anything wrong right now, guys, with going to Mooney and saying, look, when can we talk? We'll talk on your time. We're here for you. We love having you here. You are such an impactful player right now. The thing that we've talked about, guys, is sort of the Schwarber deal with Philly. What was that? Was that 5 for $150 or something like that?
That's right. Yeah, very similar to the Pete Alonso deal. They were similar lengths, 5, 150, 160, that range. That's right.
And I just think you guys are diehard Sox fans, so you guys tell me. I just think A, it's smart business. Yep. B, I think it's throwing the fan base something positive and saying, look, we're cool. Like we got new ownership coming. They're getting more. The HBA is getting more involved in this. We'll write the check for the back end of this. We have to be in the business of identifying really good baseball players and keeping good baseball players and telling people, look, the $100 million mark is not a taboo subject for us anymore.
Right.
And so I don't know if there's a downside right now. I think the first time I heard it being discussed, should they approach him? Like, I think your brain first goes, boy, it's too early. Like, are you he's only played 20 games or 30 games at that point. But the more you see him, you just understand that the scouts got it wrong. I know Jesse's got a big column tomorrow dropping on ESPN.com where he interviews a bunch of scouts. Some of the scouts, it's all anonymous, so it gave them the freedom to say, look, I was in on him. My general manager didn't want him. Here's the reason why we may have been out on him and how the Sox got in on him. And they got him at that really, really good price. But like, I love the excitement that he's bringing. And I love that this is really a guy that now can be great on your team going forward.
It just seems so easy. We have a common friend. I was texting with Brooks yesterday, and I was like, listen, I speak for every Sox fan that you need, because according to Reddit, he's the one that was going to sign him because he's been going to Japan like crazy.
That's right.
And I was like, listen, you need to sign this guy because he is the cornerstone. He is the next first baseman. The Sox have had like just a really good lineage of first basemen. Frank Thomas into Konerko into Abreu. Forget about Andrew Vaughn, and then we go to Moon, right? And like this would carry on a tradition, and he is worth so much more. Like in a market, like marketing wise, selling stuff, sales, just it's a global market with him, and people love him. And you're seeing already with a lot of these Japanese fans saying, "Oh, we're afraid to come over because they might trade him before we get here." And it's like, we need to silence that shit immediately because we got to get serious now. And it's like, this is the first guy to do it, and they should just throw him anything he wants, just give it to him because you should be able to make it back, right? Like,
Easily.
You should be having a Japanese star on the team. Yeah.
Yes.
It's the guys. This is the obvious investment here. Like this is a no-brainer because yes, everything you were just saying, it will pay for itself. You will get the fan base interested. You will also have something solved here going forward. Are there going to be
position locked? Yep.
Yeah, position locked beef. And like look, he could have a down year next year, or he could have a down year in 2028. Just like if you do the comp with Schwarber and you do the comp with some of the other sluggers like him, strikeout, walk, home run.
It happens for them.
Sometimes it will go down, but I really think if you're patient with players like this ungodly power, and it plays, and it's going to wait till it warms up on the south side, and the ball's going to start jumping even more than it has. I mean,
we're already terrified in our seats, Sylvia, that he's going to kill us because we're right down the right field line. Like,
I got to wear catcher's gear.
We're getting out of the way.
A funny story, and I don't know if it was any of you guys. I think it was, but like the one thing that I don't know how well you know the story. When my kids were young, my kids are 12 and 10 right now, and my oldest son fell in love with the Sox, and he really got behind the Sox. And with me, as a Cub fan, a lot of people may think, well, Sylvie wouldn't want his kid to be a Sox fan. And that's completely not true. My number one goal was to have them love baseball. And if they want to go to baseball games in Chicago, who gives a shit if it's on the South Side? Like, I just want them to be passionate. Every time I go to the South Side, it's a great environment. And he sat with my wife in 108. So, but like my wife and I was working that day, or I had something, and she could not rave about you guys more, like the class pictures and everything that I see. I just love it. And I just love your guys' passion. And I always appreciated that about you guys.
I did tell your son, because he was asking, we were talking about something. I was like, listen, that guy that brought you down here, Brooks, I'm like, he can give you anything you want in this park. So just ask for the moon. And if you only get a star, at least you asked for the moon and you almost got it. So like, it's close. So yeah,
Brooks usually delivers. As you guys know, Brooks will usually deliver. So now you just got to say to Brooks, where's the money from Japan? So we can sign the contract extension tomorrow. Forget about Mason Silverman. You're on to bigger and better things right now. You got to get Mooney signed now.
They're a sumo culture.
Sylvie, can I slip
the size of sumo guys?
Can I flip this thought process on you for a second? If you're Mooney and you didn't get the deal that you wanted, and you bet on yourself with the 2-year, $34 million deal, you're taking nothing right now, right? You're not. You will laugh at the Schwarber deal because you're like, when I get to free agency, I'll be 28. Kyle Schwarber signed that at 33. Pete Alonso signed it at 31. I'm a lot younger than those guys. He should be looking for a Bryce Harper contract, basically, or Manny Machado's contract from 2019.
Man.
So I wonder how the appetite changes for everybody if it's like that much money. I know it's not our money, but like when you start thinking about it in the terms of how young he'll be when he's a free agent, one, would he even want to talk or even consider talking at all? And two, I think the price is way higher than we're anticipating.
It's all good points. Number one, if it is Machado, I don't want Kenny negotiating this deal. That's or whoever, Brooks. But
he's gone.
But the other way I look at it, and like I think that's an interesting point. But the other way I look at it is, here's Mooney, who's coming to the U.S., and he's thinking he's getting more than a 2-year, $34 million deal. So if in a matter of 2 months of work, that all of a sudden he could turn 2 years, $34 million into 5 years, $150 million, would he scoff at that? And he could just say, man, I proved them wrong. This is everything I wanted to begin with. I like it here. I'm a cornerstone here. True. I'm on a young, growing team where the future is bright. I'm in. So, yeah, I understand one side of it, but I could easily see it being the other side saying, boy, I really got screwed here. They completely misevaluated me. And now if it only took 2 months of a baseball season to turn this whole thing around, let me sign on the dotted line because that's guaranteed money.
We need Sylvie in the room. We need Sylvie in the room to negotiate this.
He's got to come in and negotiate. Absolutely. He's going to help Chris Katz out with this. Now, we had you talked about there's a lot of smack talk in the office right now, Cubs Sox. Do you think we're ready for this this rivalry to get back to the way it was in the 2000s? You remember it back then, Sylvie. Both teams were good. There'd be fighting in the stands every single game, fighting on the field sometimes with your aforementioned A.J. Brzezinski and Michael Barrett. Do you think we're kind of trending back towards that? Because for us, the rivalry has been extremely flat. I mean, I go to the games here, and smatterings of us will go at Wrigley too, and it just doesn't have the pop that it's had back when we were younger.
Yes, I think it's on the way back. I think this is like people are very excited for just watching competent baseball now on the South Side. Like you guys know more about that than me, but being on the Sox radio station, having some of my best friends, Carmen DeFalco, as a diehard Sox fan. I have other great friends. One guy named Trevor who lives up here north. He's a huge Sox fan. He was the one who taught my kids the PCA's nickname. What he called them was PC 0 for 3. So like my kids were like we need this. I was at many of those games on the South Side for the height of it when you guys were doing well. I was at the game where Konerko went deep off of Kerry Wood twice. I was at the Brzezinski AJ Barrett game with Carmen. I used to have a tradition with one of my other friends where he was a Sox fan, I was a Cubs fan, and I would take him to Wrigley to a game, and he would take me to one game. I used to love when it was 3-3. I don't know what you guys think. I've always thrown this at Benetti. What I would love, my dream, is for the Cubs and Sox in baseball realignment to be in the same division. People say no because they want the World Series, but how many years combined has it been where the teams haven't faced each other in the World Series? So if we're not doing that over this dream, why not play each other 15 times a year? Why not battle for a division each and every year? Why not maybe face each other in the postseason like the Cubs and Brewers? Do an NFC North type of division where you have Minnesota, St. Louis. I know St. Louis is in the NFC North. Milwaukee, then you get the Sox Brewers rivalry back going.
We get that back. We love that rivalry.
Detroit, we all hate Detroit. I just think it would be such a good thing for baseball.
I'm not against it. I would be interested in seeing that, and playing them a bunch of times during the season would be wild if they're good. I think the problem is when they're bad. When one team's bad, it just becomes kind of a nothing, and like everyone's kind of throws it off to the side. So they both need to be good. I think not only for Chicago, but for baseball in general, both teams need to be good, maximizing Chicago's value.
We were brainstorming yesterday, like, when's the last time all of our teams were good, or what was the sweet spot year? Like 2008 to me, and you know, you guys weigh in on if you're thinking more. Like 2008 to me was one of the more memorable baseball seasons. Neither team went as far as we wanted them to go.
Right.
But like the 08 season for the Cubs was really good. They led wire to wire. Then they get swept by the Dodgers. You guys have game 163 against the Twins.
Blackout, great game, yes.
And like the blackout, like I don't know where that ranks for you guys in the building, but I think
number one for me.
Was it one? Like I was at most of the games in 05. Carmen and I were doing a show then. We were the home of the White Sox then, so we went to a lot of the playoff games. But that winner-take-all game against the Twins with Danks and Griffey and Tomey, it's one of the great games in Chicago sports history.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. There's no question about it. Like I agree with you. So I think when baseball starts looking at restructuring everything, they should lose the American League, National League thing. I think we're past that now. We don't do that anymore. You don't just see the guys in the All-Star game like when we were kids. That was the only time you saw the other league or whatever. It's over. So put the regionality together. So these regional matchups, so you can drive to all the opponents basically in your division. Like we did the Sox opened up in Milwaukee before the season. We did a little road trip. We got a bus and we packed it with 60 Sox fans and we went up there for the day and watched the game and came back together. And man, Teresa and I tell you, we hate the Brewers from when we were younger. We'll go to Old Comiskey. You know, like,
it makes me sick how many Sox fans are like, "Oh, the Brewers are my other team." No,
fuck the Brewers, man.
I agree.
The worst.
That's how I grew up. The Sox and the Brewers were the rivalry. Like the Cubs and Sox weren't rivals then because we didn't play. It was the Sox and the Brewers. I want to say there were fights too between managers there at one time, if I'm remembering correctly.
That's right.
But like to the point about, well, if they're not good, it won't be fun. Like how many bad games do I have to watch between Pittsburgh and Cincinnati? You know,
That's true.
You know, we're the Twins against whoever. So that's why, like, there are going to always be years where things are down. But I think what would intensify it is the rivalries cross sports and the cities close, the proximity, like you were talking to, where the fan bases already hate Chicago when we already hate these other cities.
Yeah, totally agree. I love that approach. It's okay if we shift over to the Bulls. I know you got the Bullcat going, Sylvie, the Bulls have just changed some things over. Michael Reinsdorf, I don't know how much you believe his recent press conferences and his apologies and how things are going to be different this time and all that, but he's hired Bryson Graham. I know you have the Bullcat. I know one of the conditions of you getting back in the building is Adam Amin singing the national anthem. Let's throw that one out. That's your cheating one. Real talk. What would get you back in there from the standpoint of them running the team? Because I've heard you talk about this. It's less about win-loss and more about show me that you're serious, that you kind of want to get back to how great those teams were. And you mentioned what a great Bulls fan. You love the Bulls. And like, Teresi and I are of the age where we remember 63 in the Garden as little kids and like, oh my God, the Bulls have a player like who's good, and the rest of the team suck. I still say Orlando Woolridge took more shots in that game than Jordan, that fucking ball hog. But anyway, they got over that and they got Jerry Krause in there and built a good team. So where are you at with the hire and what's going to take to get you back in there?
Funny story about Orlando Woolridge too. So like I am such a Bulls fan, and I grew up. My grandfather was an inaugural season ticket holder, 1966, 67, That's Chicago awesome. Amphitheater. So before even the Chicago Stadium.
Yeah.
And so I was born in 71. I started going to games with him probably around 75 or 76.
Hell yeah!
And we had floor seats at the Chicago Stadium. And it wasn't because we were high rollers. It because there were 3,000 people after the Dick Motta team who would go to the game, and those were you could easily purchase them, and they weren't expensive yet. So, like, I was such an Orlando Woolridge fan. Jimmy Pearsall used to host on WIND the Orlando Woolridge show at at a restaurant called Danny's in Northfield. And Jordan was a rookie, and they brought Michael in to Danny's, and I used to go watch the show live.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I asked a question. Jimmy Pearsall threw it to me as like a 12-year-old. And I said, Orlando, we all love Michael Jordan, but you're still my favorite player. I was such a suck ass. But yeah, like the Bulls, like baseball and the Bulls were my first love. It wasn't the Bears yet. And I just want to see effort, guys. I want to see a team that's serious about winning. I don't want to see a team that's serious about getting back to the play-in. You know,
Yeah.
It's sort of like, say what you want about the last White Sox rebuild, but I think they really got to a good place in 21, you know, where they got to the postseason early. And I think they did do that the right way, except I don't think Rick finished off the rebuild at the end where he could have really gone all in and spent some money. So what I want the Bulls to do is bottom out and bring in some of these young players that we can be excited about. I've gone to Bulls games when they win 30 games a year. I'm not opposed to doing that. This is not a fair weather fan thing. This is, I've had enough. I am not going at all and giving them any publicity, any love, any money, any exposure. And I needed to do it for my own well-being to say, I need to stay away because right now you're playing with us too much.
Yeah. I can't blame you, especially after that last year. And it's funny, they brought AK in. You thought, okay, AK was the hot name on the street. But at some point, you had to start realizing this guy is not getting the job done. Like, he's just sticking with the same garbage. They tried one plan and just kept it, let it roll and roll and roll. It's like, what are you going to do? Like,
well, that was the thing, Abib, is like he got off to a hot start. He got legitimate players. That 46-win season was fun. They had some injuries at the end with Lonzo and Caruso, but it was a fun year. And then after they realized they sort of plateaued, he stopped. He just said, I'm good. Right. And he just sat back in his chair with his feet up, and he didn't do anything for like 2 years. Yeah. And we're all like, okay, we know they're not good enough to win. We know they're not bad enough to get in the lottery, and we're stuck in no man's land yet again. Mm-hmm. And I've been sick of it. And finally, like, there have been 2 teams that I boycotted. The last 2 years of Bulls basketball, and I boycotted the 2006 Cubs. That was the year. So, and then it helped with change. In like 07, they hired Piniella. They got rid of Dusty. They got rid of Andy McPhail. So I haven't done it much, but I feel like that this is something that we can control as fans. We can control our sanity. And, you know, it coincided where I couldn't get CHSN either. So not only was
worked perfectly.
and so it worked out okay. Now I'll see what Bryson does, and then I'll evaluate at the end of the draft, at the end of free agency, and say, okay, am I giving them another chance?
Yeah, the early word, I mean, just from what he said to start off, is that he's not married to anyone. And, you know, you have a couple good young players, Giddy and Modest, but it doesn't seem like he's like, well, those guys definitely have to stay. It could be just an absolute clean slate. It's an interesting approach. And he's a young guy. I really, as much as Sox fans hated the hiring of Chris Getz, you know, our take once we cooled down because we were mad that they had an insular hire was, oh, at least they have a young guy who is more adept to what's going on in the league now. Not what was going on in the league 20 fucking years ago, like what you meant with Kenny Williams aging out, you know? And so in theory, this should help, like, at least modernize the infrastructure in a way. So
I think the best lesson you could take from the Sox, like obviously being both Reinsdorf entities, is and I was against the Getz thing too. And the reason I didn't mind if they hired Getz, I didn't like that they didn't interview anybody. I'm like, this is a time to find out intel about your team. Find out who's 100%. Good, whether you believe Getz is the best or not. And it's how Ozzie got the managerial job on the South Side. They never wanted to interview him. Kenny didn't want to interview him. And then all of a sudden they interviewed him. They're like, oh, he's got some stuff. And then they hired him and you win a championship. So my thing about the player development, what I've been so impressed with what the Sox have done on the South Side, they've built it out. What Bannister has done with the pitching and the way the White Sox worked, I think one of the best sports stories in Chicago over the last year or two has been Montgomery. And I think we were all laughing. Holy shit. One of the top prospects is so bad that they're sending him to the Arizona facility in the middle of the season. They're not demoting him to AA or single A. They're like, forget it. We got to start you over again. But what happened?
It worked.
It worked.
It worked miraculously.
We got a method.
Why not try something?
I don't know if you guys know this. Some guys were developing under AK a couple years ago, like Kobe White, Josh Giddey, Modest's rookie year, and they fired Peter Patton, who went to DePaul, who was their player development guy. He was in charge of player development, and they fired him last offseason. And look, and then he goes to the Knicks. He's back with Jalen Brunson. He used to be Brunson's guy in Dallas. So this is what I want the Bulls to do. I want Bryson to look at what Getz has done, build it out, surround himself with smart guys, what you don't know, and keep going.
Yeah, his outside box hires, or not outside the box, but hiring outside people to come in that know more about that specific thing versus a Kenny and Rick thing where they're like, no, we know everything. You don't want to be. They want to be the smartest guys in the room, and they weren't that smart apparently. They got lucky, and so but Getz, bringing those guys in. And then, like last year, we were saying it too. You got Barfield. They're like, oh, they're going to try to steal Barfield from us. It's like, this is awesome. We finally have some talent here that people fucking want.
They're trying to purge our front office. Oh my God.
They're finally in. Yay.
It's always a good thing. Like we talked about it with the Bears. Like Declan Doyle got taken after 1 year. It's because we've got smart guys around him. So I just love what they're doing. I hope that the Bulls can move in that direction. And at least with the way, and that's why I always feel like some people are like, you're a fucking Cubs fan, Sylvie. We don't want to listen to anything that you have to say when it comes to the Sox. But the reason I feel like a connection is because I've gone through the same thing as you guys have gone through with ownership with my Bulls. And so it's why I kind of feel like we're brothers in that regard, or at least distant cousins
a
who
common
like to
foe
during the summer. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely right. You mentioned the Bears in there. Sylvia, I need permission from you so that we don't have to just believe in Ben Johnson. We can actually analyze the team and question the fact that some of the roster doesn't seem fully built out. Because I hear so many talking heads saying, don't worry about the draft. Don't worry about what they didn't do in free agency. Just believe Ben Johnson. That's how you do it. Can you give us permission not to just believe? Because I did a montage 2 podcasts ago of Bears head coaches, kind of since Ditka. And just believing in any of them, probably a bad choice. Even Lovey, you did okay. Probably a bad choice.
You're preaching to the choir right now. Preaching to the choir because if you could second guess Belichick with the Patriots, if you could second there were many things for me as a Cubs fan. Theo was the best thing to ever happen to the Cubs. Not all of his moves were good. He didn't develop young pitching. It took them forever to get homegrown pitching. Like Chatwood, Brendan Morrow. There are bad contracts that he signed. So you can absolutely look things under the microscope saying, hey, you know what? I like all the draft picks, but what about the defensive line? That's what I've been saying. And a lot of haters come at me thinking that I'm being the hater. I just love a good pass rush. I just want the defense to get after some people because we finally have a championship offense. Right. So by all means, permission granted. Not that you would ever need permission from me to ever do anything.
Yeah, it couldn't hurt to draft the defensive lineman instead of the third tight end. The kind of I understand it. I understand there's usages, but it's felt like a little bit of a novelty when we have bare bones needs. This group here is starving. Get them some food kind of situation. It was very bizarre to me, and I felt like not a lot of people were outwardly saying what are the Bears doing here? Why are they doing it this way? And I guess we'll see it play out in real time, but they won a lot of close games last year.
I think
they kind of got lucky a lot.
That's my problem, Beef, is so many of the games were super close and won at the very end, right? And I couldn't have enjoyed that more. It was super exciting. We had a great time watching all these. It was awesome. Mm-hmm. But a couple of those go the other way, and good, better, best ain't as cool as it sounds now, right? It takes a very I hate that good, better, best stuff now. So
here's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for that the offense is better, that Caleb understands more. They're all now at this jumping off point where they know Ben's stuff. And instead of these slow starts that we saw where they had to come back, maybe they can build an early lead. Maybe the pass rushers can then really get after the quarterback because they're playing with more of a lead. and these games won't be decided in the end because the offense has really taken the next step where we know they're good for 4 touchdowns a game.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
score 28 a game. Our defense will play up to, we'll get some growth from Booker. Hopefully Sweat will have another year like last year. Some of the other guys in the back end will help as well. I still want another pass rusher, defensive tackle, but I really think like there is some internal improvement where the Bears can still take another step.
Sylvie, before we let you go, I know MSS has one topic we want to get into here, so I'll let him go.
Sylvie, you famously came right at Chuck Swirsky for being a rat to the Bulls front office. The support for Chuck was absent, which spoke volumes to us who are in this little world. Why doesn't the rest of local media bring some more of this insider talk to light?
It's a great question, and I was really like, what set me off there too was it was like the final nail. It's I've had these thoughts for a couple of years about Chuck, and it took me a while to like a lot of times I'll say, and I had a talk with my wife before that, and I said I really want to talk about this, and she's like, look, it's you're gonna get yourself into trouble. Don't bring it up. And the way the words that I live by is just authenticity. Like, you may hate me anyway, but at least if you hate me, you really hate me because this is who I am. I'm not going to fake it. And I'm a quirky dude, I'm a weird dude, but I'm going to say what I feel. And when I just saw that he was criticizing Ben Johnson after years of never criticizing Reinsdorf, and me knowing that he was going to him, not that I care, showing him my tweets and other people tweets and going to my boss and trying to replace me and trying to replace Carmen and trying to go after, Matt Yurko and Harry at the end saying I can do a better job than they can do. It's just years. And like the thing that I hate about all this, guys, is, and I'm sure you're like this too, is, and it's like what I just said about me. If you're going to be a dick, and I know you're a dick, at least I know you're a dick, but don't act like you're the nicest, most kind guy in the world.
Right.
But behind the back, be a snake or a rat. And I just finally had enough. And it just came out. Because sometimes when I do get mad, like it's not a bit. It's not like I don't come to work and say, I'm going to rant about this. I knew it was on my mind. And I said but sometimes I just don't know how it's going to come out. And it just came out and I felt better for it.
No, it was good. And
it's great radio.
Can you please do that more? Because as guys that listen to local talk radio, I mean, I'm not going to mention the other station, but like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Like, it can't get any more vanilla, any more like kumbaya, bro hug shit since Parkins left. Like, nothing. I like listening to AM 1000 because you guys like have more of a, like, we said guy talk, fan talk. Because and just like you're talking about stuff. They were like, there was a Bonnie Blue mention the other day, like on Carmen, and I was like, yes, this is where I need to be. Like some of these little, like just little quick hits, right? That you're just like, okay, these guys are listening, right? And they're more. It seems more authentic. And so we have your back. If you want to start blowing people up, you got 3 guys that will definitely try to fight. Loth is asthmatic. He can't run fast, but like we can throw punches. So we got your back if you need it. I think
everyone
you want.
I think all 4 of the people in this right now really enjoy Chuck Garfien. But you going at him the other day about the trade, about him going off about the trade. That was great. Like that's the kind of discussions we need. Some fiery discussions.
And let me say this about that Chuck, because I love that Chuck. Like I love Garfien. Garfien is awesome. And what Garfien and Ozzy, I don't know how you feel about them.
Unbelievable.
On your coverage. Like
you're the best. Great.
Yeah, I think it's the closest thing to the Ernie Johnson, Kenny, Shaq, Barkley.
Yes. When they announced CHSN, we said that is the one. Those are the 2 guys they have to sign immediately.
we had Chuck on earlier in the year. We gave him that compliment, like that. He kind of does that kind of work with Ozzy, getting Ozzy to do all what Ozzy does.
And I think Len and DJ have done a really good job during the lean years, keeping it entertaining. Those guys, you're gonna hear Chuck's passion, and then you're gonna get the funny stuff with him and Ozzy busting balls and everything like that too. And I love it. I just disagreed with him. So like this. Like, but they're like, I can't tell you how much I respect Garfine. I think he's awesome. We just don't see eye to eye on the Davis Martin thing. And I'm like, I just want to say among Sox fans here, I am not looking to quote just get rid of Davis Martin. My only point was
through clear.
Son of a bitch.
If you think he's a 4 ERA guy and he's having a career year, and you can spin him off into another A player. And maybe it's a different position. Maybe it's another pitcher. Maybe someone needs, and the ceiling is higher. But if Davis Martin is this guy at 29 years old with a lot of years of control, and he's going to be a 3 ERA guy, keep him. But I just don't think that you should be closed-minded to just saying, well, we've arrived. Because I think a lot of teams, a lot of teams in this town, and it's not a Sox thing, have thought they've arrived when they haven't arrived. And I keep your brain open. That's all.
I love it. And Beef, we discussed this last week, and I think you described it as his Linsanity run right now.
Sports Star Linsanity run is what he's on right now, Sylvie, as far as I'm concerned. Like I like Davis Martin, just a good, solid guy. I don't believe that a 1.64 ERA is like real Davis Martin. And I think a lot of Sox fans are kind of in that.
It's probably not, but you know what? You said that, and then he went out and threw 10 strikouts in his last outing. So
he struck 10 guys out the next one. So maybe he said, fuck me, folks. I got this. All right, you guys keep this.
Showing him the tweets. He's like, he's calling you Jeremy Lin, man. He's like, man, fuck that big nose motherfucker. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to light these fucking Angels up like a mother. It was great.
That. What's the worst? If he strikes out 10, he's either going to be great for you or he's going to get you a great return. So
absolutely,
it's win-win. It's not. This isn't a hate thing. This is just hey, how can you get the next great player? You got Mooney, you got Montgomery. I love Antonacci. I can't wait to watch Steele again. The young pitcher. It's awesome. So keep it going. Don't just think we're good. We got enough.
No,
we stop now.
We're not going to start talking that till we have Mooney extended, and then we'll start talking about that. Yeah,
Sylvie. One last thing for you. You worked with Carmen for a long time. I want to let you know this. I don't know Carmen at all, but I know Carmen's brother Lou.
Yeah,
who is actually a big shooter at PwC, and I want you to let him know that Lou is more famous than him in the accounting world. I'm an accountant. I've been an accountant for 25 years. Lou is he's the man. Okay, so let him know next time you see him in the hallways. You talk to an accountant, and he says, "Oh, Lou's way above you in the pecking order of famousness."
I love the DeFalcos. Carmen has 2 brothers, Lou and Anthony. I love those guys. We've partied many times. The one famous Carmen story is, I want to say for his 30th birthday, is so long ago, his friends said, let's do a roast. And we had a room in a bar somewhere. And Carmen's girlfriend was there at the time. I don't think he was married yet. And his parents were there. And they asked me to roast him. And I'm thinking okay, well, if we're going to roast, we're going to roast. So no one could believe the shit that I brought to the table. Ask Lou about that, Pete. He'll remember the 30th birthday party. But you guys got to have him on. And also, I would love to meet you guys in person. I just found out today we're going to be at Cork and Carry at the park next Friday.
We'll be there.
So
beautiful. Yeah, we'll come through.
Yeah, beer first round on me. Okay.
So,
I love it. Appreciate it.
That's awesome. We're gonna drink Surfsides, not because they're sponsoring us or anything, but my daughter. I have a 10 and an 8-year-old, and I told them, I go, we're gonna have Sylvie on the podcast, and my 10-year-old is like, and she's a girl, and she's like, hey, who is this guy? So we started listening to AM 1000, in the car, and she's listening, and she has developed this really strong like of you. She's like, let's put it on AM 1000. Let's listen to Sylvie. I'm like, all right, yeah. So we have been, and I keep asking, I'm like, you want me to change the channel? She's like, no. I want to listen to this. And we were driving home, and you guys announced the Cork thing, and she's like, "They're going to be here," and I go, "Yeah, next Friday. You want to go meet them?" And she, her name's May.
Let's go, May.
And so and then Tess, my youngest likes you too, but I think she still likes you, but I think she just wants to be like her big sister, but that's okay. But so she's like, can we go meet him? And I was like, yeah. And then she goes, I can't go meet him. I was like, why not? And she's like, oh, my birthday party's next Friday. And I was like, dude, they're going to be there at like 3:00. Your birthday party's not till 5. I mean, we can drink a lot of Surfside. I mean, not her. I can drink a lot of Surfsides before your birthday party next Friday. So you're going to meet one of your littlest fans over on the South Side. So I don't know why. I am not forced her into this. She told the boys before the show, I am not behind this. This is not a bit. This is just her doing this, and I'm all for it. If she wants to listen to sports talk radio in Chicago, she's getting started on the right station with the right guys, and like the fraternity that's going on there is just unbelievable. So I dig it. So we'll see you next Friday.
Yeah, and email me, remind me, because like I'll get the round for you guys, and then I'm going to bring like a treat for her birthday. So then
perfect.
We can say
Oh my God,
so nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
she'll lose it. So
let's go.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Well,
you
Sylvie,
then.
thank you so much for joining us tonight. This has been a lot of fun, and I can't wait to see you next Friday. Cut it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
You guys are great. Like, much respect. I always felt so guilty about what happened around the holidays.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Anytime
Don't talk
you guys
about
let me, I'm here. So
we
keep up the great
appreciate
work.
that. Thank you.
Appreciate
Thanks,
you.
Sylvie.
Thank you, Sylvie. Talk to you soon.
Take care, my
guys.
friend. Oh, yeah.